Alright, welcome to Dave's Had Enough Show, episode 66. It wasn't a title. I don't know, Google's being weird. They let me, put some bigger titles sometimes, and then sometimes they won't. This was actually, one I had before was a good-sized title, and it was usually something they would let me put, and now I have to shorten it, so I don't have the episode 66 or the Dave's Had Enough Show, but sometimes they'll let me do it, sometimes they won't. I'm going to put the episode probably later on. I guess I left it out when I fixed it. But I got some old guests and some regulars. How's it going, Mr. T?
Hey there, fools. Mr. T, what's up?
I'm glad you can join, man. How's it going, Brimstone?
Doing all right, doing all right.
I don't know what to call you now because
Brimstone hasn't changed. Just because my channel's not there anymore doesn't mean that I'm not. So.
Okay. Glad to have you, Levon Cason.
Thank you for having me, Dave. Thanks. Yeah, let's get this discussion going.
All right. Glad to have you. And One Piece fanboy. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Glad to have you. I guess we'll start it all off with, I don't know. There ain't a lot of, there's not a ton of things to talk about, but there is some things. I guess we'll start with this whole, I guess Hip Hop Gamer made a video with, backwards compatibility and, PlayStation Now versus Xbox One's, backwards compatibility. In my opinion, I don't think they can be compared, because I think it's like two different things. How's it going, RXL?
Has no games!
But yeah, he made a video about backwards compatibility, and he compared the two. Do you think that the PlayStation Now and Xbox's backwards compatibility is even comparable, or do you think they're just comparing it because that's the only thing they can really compare it on the PlayStation side of things? Brimstone.
I don't know if it could be comparable because I'm not sure if Sony's. I used to be able to tell you guys right off the bat because I used to be so sure about it. Oh yeah, they can do this, that, and the other, and they proved me wrong with the PlayStation 3 through the digital store, and they made it to where you could only get digital PlayStation 2 games. So as far as this goes, do we yet know if it's gonna be disc-based or not?
Well, then some other news came out too, where they're gonna be, which I find this really weird. They're going to be doing PS2 games backwards compatible. It ain't sure if it's on a disc or it's going to be digital.
It's probably going to be digital. I think it's going to be digital.
How do you do that?
It's going to be emulated, I guess.
No, I understand.
It's going to be emulated.
I just meant how is it backwards compatible if it's digital?
Well, no, that's what they. Well, I know, but that's how they said it on IGN. I don't know.
Yeah. It's probably going to be digital, and they're probably going to allow you to maybe re-download the PS2 classics from the PS3. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but no. I'll put it this way. Now, if they make it to a point where you can transfer games from your account when you purchased off the PlayStation 2 stuff last gen, and it's transferable, okay, that's cool. But to make people purchase it again after they already did it from last generation and the generation prior, that's triple dipping, and that's kind of shitty.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that they might do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll wait for details on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They said it's either going to be with a disc. But what I find weird, if they can do PS2, are they just avoiding PS3 because they want to sell PlayStation Now?
No. It's the PS3's architecture is so different. That's
okay.
It has its own chipset. They were expecting Sony was expecting the PS3 to replace computer hardware. They were thinking that Dell and IBM, these guys were going to pick up their chipset and put it in their computers. Their head got really big when they made the PS3, but that obviously wasn't the case, and because of that, it was so different. And the games required that special chip. What's that chip that's in the PS3? It has a name. I can't think of it. But
I'm not a tech guy, so
cell processor.
Cell processor. Thank you. Yeah, the cell processor is the reason you're not getting. It's the reason you're not getting a PS3 backwards compatibility on PS4 because you have to have a cell processor in the thing.
Oh, okay. So what's your thoughts on this, Levon? Do you have any thoughts, Levon?
I already said my thoughts.
Like, what do you think that, like, do you think this could even be comparable, like, with the PlayStation? Compatibility on the Xbox?
No. Those are two different options. That's a streaming service, while Xbox One's backwards compatibility is more realistic. You can just put in the disc.
Physical media.
One thing impressive about the Xbox One, they already got 104 games already, or something like that, already backwards compatible. I thought there was a couple already from the beginning.
Yeah.
That is good.
That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive for Xbox to, for us to wait almost a year for 100 games. Even though PlayStation Now added over 100 games just last month.
Yeah, no.
That's good and all.
Did you see the list, RXL? Did you see the list?
If I'm sitting around with those 100 games on my Xbox, how is that not better when I don't have to pay for them?
Do you?
Do I have them? No. What I'm saying.
Okay. Oh, the Fantasyland. We're Fantasyland arguments, right?
What I'm saying is, first of all, these things are not comparable. You can't compare a streaming service to backwards compatibility. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. And second of all,
that's pretty nice of them to give you the games that you already own.
Instead of having to pay for them, I guess that is pretty.
Hey, a free Kia is much better than a $100,000 Mercedes.
Look, I'm not going to use it anyway. First of all, because it's going to take up too much hard drive space. Because you're not playing it off the disc. You're playing a digital version, basically, of it.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, it's gotta be pretty nice to stream off of servers that Microsoft is helping build for. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
I would hate to see that, But wait, it's happening.
What's your thoughts, One Piece fanboy? What do you think? You think it's comparable or?
No, not really. Xbox is like true backwards compatibility. PlayStation Now is just downloading stuff. Doesn't mean anyone's better, but it's just different.
Absolutely, I agree. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, when you're done, you don't own that. I will always own my backwards compatibility on my Xbox. You know what I'm saying? When you stop paying that service, goodbye to all those 100 games or 200 games or whatever you're talking.
PlayStation Now is just Why do you have all these Xbox games but no Xbox to play on?
You do. No, but not everybody wants to have 30 systems hooked up like I do.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes 30 systems to play an Xbox 360 game? No wonder you guys are excited.
Yeah, I'm hyped, man. Come
on, 360 track record? Yeah, actually.
Just stop it.
I got my 360 hooked up. No wonder I never play it. I need 29 more of them just to get it to work, I guess.
I bet all them 360 games are collecting dust, man. I bet they are.
No, his Xbox One's collecting dust. That's
well, they're collecting dust, but for a different reason.
They
they're mostly Xbox exclusives, and I'm just not into AA rated games.
Are you just into AAA rated games, RXL?
Yes, only.
Okay.
What would you buy then?
Exposed. Oh.
As collectibles, apparently.
So what's your?
These games are so great on my shelf.
RXL, do you think they're comparable? PlayStation Now and Xbox backwards compatibility?
Sure, they're comparable. One is just a lot better than the others. I mean, one is pretty much Netflix for gaming, and the other one is
DVD.
Your ability to play the exact same game that you already own on one system instead of the other. I mean, it's good if there are enough games out of your collection to sell your old 360, but other than that, I don't see much use for it.
Or you can hit up Amazon or eBay and get that same game for $5 instead of renting it for 5 minutes.
What if the game is in that small list?
Well, the list is going to grow the same way the list of the PS Now grew. It didn't start off with 1,000 games, so that's you got to give, if you're going to give PS Now time to grow, you got to give Xbox backwards compatibility time to grow. It's only fair.
It's been a year.
They just started it. They just talked about it at E3. How's that a year?
They were talking about it since the launch of the Xbox One.
No, they have not.
No,
They've been finding a fix for backwards compatibility for the Xbox One since it launched. Yes, they have.
You need to stop.
Yes, they have.
Bring me an article right now stating that.
Well, I'm not at a computer, so I can't exactly bring you an article.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. All right.
But if your search engine is broken, maybe somebody else in the chat, can just search the complaints of both Xbox and PlayStation gamers wanting backwards compatibility since these systems were announced.
Not my place or anybody else's place in this chat to prove your false statement, good sir.
I think I've seen offhand comment of like we'd like to bring that to the fans if that's what they want, but nothing like we're doing that. This is when it's gonna happen. We didn't get that until E3. Brim, you're disturbing me with that look.
I'm staring into your soul.
I can feel it.
But don't worry, that list
compatibility.
That list will grow.
Compatibility.
What is going
That list will grow. Don't worry, but it won't grow from Microsoft giving you the games. But what you can do is you can go ahead right now, go to Xbox.com and vote for the games that you want to be added in the next year.
Which is actually kind of cool.
So go vote now.
Go vote now.
So,
Meanwhile, every Tuesday, PlayStation Now gets games added to it. Every Tuesday.
Thanks to Microsoft's service to your servers.
Thank you, Microsoft.
All right, anybody? Oh, Thanos, what's up, Thanos? How's it going, man? See you there.
Good.
hey, Thanos, what's up?
What's your thoughts, Thanos, of the whole backwards compatibility? Like, I guess this week, Hip Hop Gamer made a video about backwards compatibility with PlayStation Now and Xbox's backwards compatibility. Like, compared the two. Do you think they're comparable?
Well, shit. I mean, I think the PlayStation has way more better classics than Xbox ever had. You know what I mean? I'm more excited about backwards compatibility on the PS4 than I am about the Xbox One.
No, like so with PlayStation Now, you think it's a good service? Have you ever tried it or?
When I tried it with God of War, and it was laggy. You know what I mean? You can feel the lag. It's a slight delay, but you can feel it. At least I could.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I haven't really tried it though since then.
Yeah, when I made you put a credit card or your debit card on there when it first released, if you want to do the free trial, and it charged me $20 because I forgot to take my credit card off it, so I had it a month. The only problem I had was it didn't lag or nothing. It was just when I pressed pause and paused the game. If you paused the game for like a minute, it would shut out. Like you couldn't leave the game paused too long. It just shut the whole thing out.
They log you off. They like away from keyboard and shit.
Basically,
AFK.
just logged you out of the game. It just couldn't. Hopefully they fix that by now or something. But that kind of sucked. I was playing God of War 1 actually, and it didn't save or not. I couldn't save, so like that game not an automatic save. So. But yeah, basically, Hip Hop Gamer compared it. Some people are calling him a fanboy for comparing the two. Because I watched a video by Next Gen. He was basically saying every time Xbox does something good, Hip Hop Gamer's ready just to dethrone it with PlayStation.
That's kind of true. I actually watched well, as much as I could of Hip Hop Gamer's video. It's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of
How can you say that about Hip Hop Gamer when you know that he sucks the dick of every fucking corporation out there in gaming?
You just can't trust that dude.
Every game that comes out is the game of the year to him, no matter what system it's on.
This joint is hot.
My favorite video of his, and it's laughable because he was like, Starhawk is just like StarCraft, and I was like, what? You're fucking stupid. Are you insane? He's all, this game is amazing. He played like 10 minutes of it.
Hey man, at least is paying his bills, man, just by saying that stuff. I mean,
I can't hate
he's
the
a
man.
journalist.
He's taking Sony and Microsoft and go, that's what he's doing.
I'm not
It's
hating
paying the
hustle.
bills, bro. It's
You know,
paying
I
the
like-
bills, man.
You can't trust it because of that. You can't trust what he's talking
No,
about.
absolutely not. Yeah, I mean,
I
I
like Knack. You know, I like the game Knack in the way that I would like a game that's rated like a 7. But he hyped up Knack like it was Game of the Year when that thing came out.
Knack is a pretty good game. Knack is a hidden gem. It's a pretty good game.
Yeah, Knack wasn't a bad game. I like
it looked better than it looked kind of better than Super Mario 3D World. That's my opinion.
Stop.
Oh.
Stop it.
Come on, bro. Did you play Knack? Did you play
Fuck,
Knack?
you guys on crack or what?
Knack is good.
I don't know. It was real bland.
It ain't got the color
Nah,
palette
that's
Mario.
your opinion. That's your opinion, man.
Fuck that. I'll take a Jack and Dexter any day.
Knack being good is your opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we covered that. What do you guys think about this? I guess we'll get on to the Star Wars stuff. What do you guys think of Star Wars? Any of you guys pick that up?
No, never played that. I played the beta and it was okay at best.
Okay.
It's not worth the $60. I say $30-$40.
Why would that be, Levon?
I played the beta. When I played it and seen okay, it wasn't everybody hyping this game up or something?
No, this game wasn't really hyped up. It was
a lot of hate, actually. A lot of hate, and it was
hate.
really, it was really downplayed.
Oh, okay.
LeVon,
Hey, what was your favorite mode in the beta, Levon?
What was my favorite mode in the beta?
Yeah.
The regular mode. That was my favorite.
The regular mode.
Yeah.
What's regular mode?
Oh, never mind. It's been a long time.
It ain't been that long.
It doesn't sound like you're very experienced with the game.
But I did play it. I did play a little bit of it, of the beta, and it was
okay. Is it basically first-person shooters aren't for you? Or is that maybe why you didn't like it? Because you're not a big fan of. Are you a big fan of first-person shooters?
Not too much.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm not using you as an example, Levon, but I'm just saying, like, most people I noticed on YouTube, if they don't like a certain genre, they'll just, like, the game's no good. You know, like, I can't say, you know, if I don't like a certain, like, I don't like JRPGs. I hate turn-based games. And in a way, I just don't like them all. You know, but it's not right to be like that, because there could be one.
Go hang yourself, you're un-American.
You know, well, I mean, I'm just kidding. How it is, but I mean, I can see where Levon's coming from in a way, but most people, this game actually got more negativity than anything, I guess, because of its season pass. But I mean, you got people claiming that they're just not giving you shit when they give you this game. Like, you're not getting nothing. Every bit of the game was ripped out of the game day one and ready for DLC for the season pass. You know, which I will say, right when you turn the game on, you see, you know, the season pass pretty much. It's right there, you know, and it's even showing you that you're going to get 4, you know, different packs. But this ain't no different from other games. But you got so many fucking people crying about this all over again, and all they're doing is jack shit.
Well, you see, Dave, I'm a wealthy, and as a wealthy, I demand bigger games, better textures, higher resolutions, better frame rates than last generation, but I want to pay the exact same amount.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering when RXL is going to get the wealthy shirts. I'll buy them. I don't give a fuck, son. I'll buy them shit. I'll wear that shit on here. I don't give a fuck.
Who would buy it? Wealthy's still going to have any money.
That shit that he's wearing right now in his picture, he needs to make that into a one-piece pajama set. I'd totally buy that shit.
To play devil's advocate on that premise, though, a little bit. We went from N64, PlayStation, and Dreamcast to PS2, GameCube, and the prices didn't really jump, and we definitely got better looking games, way better looking games in some cases. So
exactly, but those were true leaps, though, right? Like those were what we would consider a true leap.
People are upset because they're not getting a true leap from console to console, and they're getting less, in some of these games.
And if you think about it,
that's a fair argument, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. Yeah.
If you don't think there's a true leap, you should fire up Star Wars Battlefront and then go back and play like Battlefield 3 on your PlayStation 3, and you'll see a dramatic leap.
Oh.
I promise you will.
I don't think you're on the same level and the same set of conversation that we're in. I think you hear what you want to hear, and you're just throwing it.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going, Yoshi?
Pretty good. How are you?
Well, we're just talking about the whole. We went over the whole PlayStation Now versus the backwards compatibility with the Xbox One. Now we're on to Star Wars Battlefront. We're talking about the game and all the people still crying about the season pass. All that starting up again.
Oh, you mean how everybody's saying, "Fuck this season pass! I'm gonna go out and buy it tomorrow."
well, I seen the guy. I don't know if you guys watch him. 3 Kilobytes. He cried like the whole review. He's saying the game's great. I'm having a blast. But then he goes, "I just can't do it. The season pass." Then it goes back to the game's a blast. It's amazing. The sound, this, that. The gameplay is just great. You feel like Darth Vader. But then the season pass. It's just like the whole review's like that.
It's like make up your mind, dog. Come on, dog.
People acting like season passes were exclusive to this game, like there were no season passes that were $50 before. Some people actually believe that there were no other $50 season passes. Like, I have to check your card on that one because you must not be buying games because this isn't anything new.
No. You gotta understand. Some of these guys are like fucking paying in full. For these games before they release, bro, without knowing the prices. They don't even look at that shit. They're like, "I'll buy it, get it all," and it's just gonna sit on my shelf the whole fucking year anyway. Right. So it's all right.
It's like a collectibles item, man. It's like a collector's item.
I have to admit, it's pretty unfair for EA and DICE to just automatically run your credit card and charge you for that season pass.
Right.
Yeah. That's not right of them.
But in your opinion, or Excel, you played the game. Would you think that there is like the game's just butchered? It's just cut up and cut in pieces and saved for the season pass. Like, is there just not enough content? Like, have you played it for 10 hours now and you feel you're just done with the game?
No, I've only played it for like maybe 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't even touched like all of the game modes yet. I don't see being bored of it. For a while. There's like how many game modes? Like I don't know, like 9.
I think 9 in the regular, like just the multiplayer part. And then when you go to missions, you got training, battles, which is really cool because you can go against each other, like it's like a 1v1 thing. But you could be Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker, and then the stormtroopers and the other people. I've always played the games. I've never been into the movies. That's weird. I love Star Wars, like the Force Unleashed game and all that stuff, the Bounty Hunter one on the GameCube, but I was never into the movies. I'm like, I was with Madden. Back in the day, I played Madden. I hated football. I like to play Madden. That's how I was with that. But it's really good. They give you a lot. You have people acting like they didn't give you nothing with this game.
How many maps, Dave? How many maps?
Maps? Different modes, I know there's 9. How many maps would you say RXL is in it?
There are 12 maps.
12 maps.
12.
I would say without if the season pass did not exist and I had to look at this game if it was worth $60, the only complaint I would have is that it doesn't have a single player, which would be, from DICE or Activision or anyone else about 5 or 6 hours. That's my only complaint. I get why they complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're complaining about basically them selling you content later. Like, oh, they took it out of the game. Like, no, they didn't, you fucking idiots. They're actually still, like, developing and designing that DLC.
RXL, I mean, would a game like Battlefront really need a story?
I think it does.
Don't you guys mean Titanfront?
Does anybody remember the story? Like, if I was to ask you guys the story for Battlefront 2, the game, is that memorable compared to the multiplayer?
I mean, I just played it not too long ago. I don't remember the story. I mean, it's Star Wars.
Let me tell you what the story. Let me tell you what the story was that everybody was bitching about. It was a fucking bot match over maps.
Right. It's not
all it was.
Yeah, it's
that's it.
Like there's some epic story. It's just
out of nowhere, and you're like, "Oh my god, there's no campaign!" I'm like,
gamers are sick.
It's just really weird that they take out or don't include a story in Battlefront, but other developers will actually put a story in a basketball game. You know what I mean? You think it'd be the other way around.
That's a Spike Lee joint. Though.
That's a great point. Right there.
Spike Lee joint, son.
You understand what I'm saying?
Star Wars has a great lore. Well, I don't, but it has a huge lore to it. So I wouldn't know. I don't know why they didn't like include a story. But the other two games, at least the second one, didn't really have a story.
Didn't really have a story. Yeah.
It was just a bunch of bot matches. It just.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The second one, what I remember playing, I think was on the original Xbox. The one I played on the original Xbox, I played to death, and all I remember was playing the fucking multiplayer. I do not even remember story at all. You know.
I mean, it's like so. What do you rather have them do? Put like a really shitty ass 5 hours or 6 hour campaign and still complain about it, or put no campaign still complain about it? It's like shit.
I would rather have that shitty.
I would rather than put a 5-6 hour.
Why does the campaign have to be shitty though?
Let's see.
And it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. I was still enjoying myself.
If it's only like 5 or 6 hours, you can only gather so much information from a story that way. Not unless it's written, really well. Which
I play a lot of games.
No, man, Star Wars is a pretty big universe nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty massive. It's a pretty big thing to be drawing some lure from, and especially if they're drawing it from an already set movie base.
Yeah.
I don't see why it would really matter, especially if we've already seen the movies, we know what's going to happen. So either way, I could have done with or without, because I did play the first two games quite religiously, to be honest with you. And for these guys to come out of the woodworks and complain about no story was absolutely laughable to me.
It's not the story. You need to kind of. What I want is to go through levels, and I have to be
just just have fun. Have it be have the gameplay be very good. Just do it. If you're gonna do gameplay, do it extremely well, or don't fucking do it at all.
Right.
So in other words, like let's say that this would be an influence. Battlefront will be an influence on developers like Activision, right? What happens if the next Call of Duty doesn't come out with a story?
I could care less.
Most people would still buy it regardless. They would just buy it for the multiplayer.
Yeah. Most gamers want everything and nothing at the same time.
Exactly.
As I've learned.
It's all based on the titles, though. It's all really based on the titles. Like, for instance, Battlefront 1 and 2. You didn't need a campaign because in your mind, you've already seen the movie. You already know what's going to happen. You know the roles of each character. You know what you're going to pick. You know what weapons do what. So, in a way, the game sort of told its own story, and that's what made...
What if you didn't see the movies?
Then I say... Turn the fuck Netflix on.
What the hell is wrong with
you? Don't ever say that again out loud, please.
Why are you playing a Star Wars game, man?
Well, save yourself to never see the prequels.
Yeah, you can leave them alone. You don't have to mess with them.
What was that EA game? What was that other fucking branch off from Battlefield? What was that other game? Shit.
Hardline.
Hardline.
Bad Company.
Hardline. That didn't have any story, did it?
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was all about the story, wasn't it?
Yep. It had a multiplayer and a story. And the story was good too. It was done in episodes, and it fairly did well. The story, people did like it. But Battlefield 4 had a 4-hour fucking campaign. It was pretty much garbage.
Yeah, I guess RXR has a point.
It was your typical Middle Eastern bullshit.
Yeah, it's the same recycled garbage every time anyway. So it's like
that campaign was much longer than 4 hours because you couldn't save the game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You had to keep restarting it.
Yeah. If they made it a little longer, it wouldn't have been bad. But it was just about 4 or 5 hours. That was it.
Hey,
They should just do like they did with Halo 5 and just increase the difficulty to make it seem like it's actually a decent length.
Why are most military shooter campaigns always so stiff? Like,
Middle
I
Eastern
don't,
conflict.
I don't understand how people attach themselves so deeply to the Call of Duty lore. It's like, what lore? Like, there's nothing there for me to.
Those people exist.
I mean, I can't speak for Black Ops 3, but Black Ops 1 and 2 story was excellent.
Yeah, I've heard good things about those stories. At least the first one.
Yeah, Black Ops 2 had a decent story. I liked it. I've never played the Black Ops 1 story. I've just played the multiplayer.
I was hitting the A button. I was hitting the A button. Let's get to the game, man. Because a lot of those stories just seem similar to me.
What about the older Call of Duties, like what's the one called, the Big Red one or something? Yeah.
Well, I like those because it was World War II. It was a different setting, and I was kind of into that stuff back then. So
cutscenes with voice actors are weird and scary to Nintendo gamers.
There you go.
I think Medal of Honor had pretty good storyline. Now, don't ask me what part was my favorite part because I don't fucking remember it, but I remember liking it. The story to Medal of Honor, the original one.
The original ones.
Yeah, the older ones. Yeah, they were pretty good.
They faded that game out. I guess the multiplayer when they.
Oh yeah, Medal of Honor. That's what I'm thinking about. Those are the ones I used to play more. I used to play Medal of Honor more than Call of Duty back then. I like the
old Call of Duty. Call of Duty 2 was on the Xbox. The first one on the 360 where it didn't have all these fucking perks and everything, and you just played and you were good. If you were good, you were good. You didn't need perks to save your ass on the match, but now it's all kill streaks and everything
now
else.
It's like, look at the sky, there's helicopters everywhere!
like when it comes to Battlefront, though, it's kind of weird because a lot of people don't like DICE's campaign. So DICE is making the game, why would anyone even care? If you don't like any of their campaigns, why would you care if Star Wars had one?
Well, because it's Star Wars. Star Wars is a different beast.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's
Star
still
Wars
DICE.
has great.
It's still DICE
storylines.
making it. It's still DICE making the game.
I get that, but it's a license.
Yeah.
They should bring over part of the license, which is the story.
I mean,
part of Star Wars.
One of the best, licensed game series was the 007 games. They have a lot of them were just based straightly off the movie, but the games to most people suck, especially in this plot department.
Yeah,
so
but like Star Wars.
Yeah, but Star Wars is big.
You know what I mean? I
But
think Disney would take
regardless
that.
if the story was good or the gameplay was bad, even with 007, you're coming off of something. You're buying that game because you like the character, and so that's part of the game for you. If you take that out, if you just give me a game with Agent whatever, no name dude, I'm not gonna care. That's so if I'm buying your game because of the character, I expect to have that character in the game. I expect to have that story in the game. That's just me.
I'll say this with the season pass though. There's people out there saying that no one protested this game, that no one was in an uproar. People have protested the game. I have. They're called people who didn't buy it.
Yeah, that's your best protest right there. If you didn't like it, just don't buy it. Like, don't buy it and then cry about it when you know you ain't gonna like it. Don't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got people that are. Then you got people though that are tearing apart the game, didn't even fucking play it.
Or then you got those people who didn't even play the game.
And then I'll watch them do that, and then they go cry that people don't like Fallout 4. I've seen them cry about Star Wars Battlefront, how it's not fair of a game, blah blah blah, and then they get mad that people don't like. They like Fallout 4, but people don't like it. Same people crying about Star Wars Battlefront. Not everybody likes Fallout 4. But I see the same thing to what they're doing when somebody don't like their game of choice. It's like hypocritical.
Dave, what did we tell you before we casted this? Fallout 4's game of the year anytime we talk about it. Okay?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I've heard that game's pretty busted on consoles.
It's busted on everything. As RXL would say, Fallout 4 is a B+ player, little B+.
So maybe one of you can tell me why. Because the reason I'm not a big fan of, say, Fallout and the Witcher series is because I've played Kingdom of Amalur, which has a great combat system. This combat system is smooth, and I wish those two franchises would
Because the story is what?
The story's terrible,
Yeah,
but I love the combat system. That's what
I
kept
agree.
me playing the game.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish Fallout, or at least Oblivion and Witcher would take cues from it, because they'd make those games.
Because they're clunky.
Well, but first off, we gotta get something straight. Bethesda cannot release a solid game at launch to save their fucking lives, okay? I love Bethesda. Don't get me wrong, I love Bethesda and their work in general. They are the only company that really gives you a better suit of an adventure type feeling with your own set of rules, pretty much. If you want to be a caster, you can be a caster with heavy armor. You can do amazing things with, power armor and then carry certain weapons. Like, they give you that availability to suit your own needs, which I think is great. But let's be real here.
Yeah.
Name me a single Bethesda title that launched that did not require a fucking patch to fix it, or at least 30 patches in a single month.
How they get a pass? What they keep getting a pass? Like, I don't understand.
Hold on. That's my next topic.
Okay.
Wolfenstein.
Star Wars over. Why does games like Skyrim and Fallout 4 get a pass when they're broken and buggy, but other games don't?
There was a podcast I was listening to, I think it was yesterday, and they were damage controlling why that game doesn't go through a lot of QA testing, because obviously it doesn't for how broken it is. And they were basically saying, well, nobody's ever made a game like this, so,
Hold on, I think I saw that same cast, and they're full of shit. There's a lot of games. Like, to be honest, like The Witcher 3, it has its issues here or there. Like, the thing I don't like about The Witcher is, when I'm in combat, if my horse is near me and I press A to roll, the Witcher will try to get on the horse because it's the same fucking button. But other than that, like, the game is pretty solid. It got little minor issues, but yeah, that game's bigger, better, visually more impressive. I don't see why they can do it, but
right.
For example, the base building in Fallout 4,
You're a smaller company.
We did that in Dark Cloud about 15 years ago.
Yeah, there's not much original out there anymore.
I didn't like Dark Cloud.
Oh, and RXO, you are incorrect, sir. That was developed by Machine Games and published by Bethesda, where those other titles were actually developed by Bethesda.
But even Wolfenstein was shitty.
My mistake, Brimstone. I bow to your knowledge.
Even Wolfenstein was shitty. Had a shitty launch on the PC. So the console's got the best copy of that. Really.
Oh yeah, that was because it was OpenGL, so. But they fixed it up quite a bit.
Brimstone checking facts.
It's still
checking them facts.
Hey, no. I just wanted to get my jab on RXL. That's all.
Oh, okay.
We fuck with each other all the time, so it's all good.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of that, Grimpachi? What's your thoughts of Fallout 4 and Skyrim getting a pass, but not other games can't get a pass like that?
Well, I'll tell you why they get a pass, and it's kind of understandable, but at the same time not, because if you ever played a game that was fundamentally flawed, but you had so much fun with it, kind of like it kind of not balances out. It's like the game is fun, but the game itself is not working properly. Some people will choose to forgive it. Now, me, I'm different. I don't forgive it. But I have to be honest with you, like, it's fucked up. I still enjoy my time, but I would have enjoyed it a lot better if it wasn't messed up. So that's basically where Fallout 4 lies. And some people choose to ignore the issues or pretend like they don't exist because they just like it so much.
Yeah.
Do you think it is possible for Bethesda to make Skyrim or Fallout and make it like, halfway decent where it don't have a lot of these bugs?
Yeah, yes, they can, but the industry, you got to understand, the industry has painted this picture that Bethesda drops very great broken games. And I think they ride off that. They use that almost like an excuse. It's because like when people are coming to me, like especially the PC guys who, like, if a game is locked at 30 frames, it could work perfectly fine on PC. But if it's just locked at 30, they won't buy it. And it's only locked at 30. It's not because the game's broken or nothing. They won't buy it because it's locked at 30. But they'll buy Bethesda's games and say, well, it's Bethesda. We know it's going to be broken. Well,
And you know what, though? And a lot of things is Bethesda has... Here's the thing about Bethesda. Bethesda's one of the few games that will ride on the backs of its community to make sure that their games will be sold, because what they know that PC gamers will go in there, mod the shit out of it, do all sorts of texture detail reworks the whole time. Sometimes entire dot frameworks are reworked and retweaked to optimize these games. So they know the community will fix their shit on PC, and that's why they don't really give two shits about it.
They'll fix it and praise them for it, and it's
hilarious.
Yep.
And they will also put out a special edition with a $150 piece of plastic that ain't worth the phone you're putting in it.
If any other company did this, they would be on a rotisserie.
Yep, they would be berated and fucking stomped out.
There's a few other companies, especially on the PC. I think CD Projekt Red at this point could probably get away with doing some shit like that, probably. But yeah, Bethesda's probably the like you know, everybody knows by this point, if you buy an Ubisoft game on PC, you got to use Uplay. People won't buy an Ubisoft game because of Uplay. Not necessarily because the game may be fucked up. Because some Ubisoft games are fucked up, but it's not even.
To be honest, that Uplay shit is kind of garbage, man. I have used it and I haven't really had any major issues with it, but I have had the random disconnects, and I thought.
Well, how do you use
kind of annoying?
Are you using Steam, or are you just using Uplay straight up?
I was using Uplay straight up.
I use it through Stream and straight up. I never had a. It's just really a UI. I mean, it's just. It's
well,
like
no, not when it first launched. Not when it first launched. When they first launched it, they had Anno 2070 available for it, which you could play offline. Supposedly, it's a campaign. But I had to be online, and that's when Uplay, you know, when they first introduced it, you actually had to be online to play the single-player campaign stuff. And I was like, what the fuck? Because my shit would drop. Like I said, it was not all the time. It was, you know, once in a blue moon. But still, it's just the fact that it happened, and they were willing to support that is what pissed me off.
You see what I'm talking about here? I had a video about, you know, one of my first videos a long time ago called Broken Gamers Equals Broken Games. And it was basically about how gamers accepting this, just so slowly accepting more and more bull crap, and they'll just keep on doing it and keep doing it. And that's what we are. Now you make excuses for them, and they know that. They know you're going to do it. They know you're going to buy it, but doesn't know you're going to buy their game day one without even thinking about it twice. And that's where you are now. Now we have to live with this.
So why?
Every company is in that groove at this point. Like Activision knows they can keep dropping Call of Duty. Everybody knows you're doing the same show because people are going to buy it regardless. You know,
regardless of complaints, you're still going to buy it.
With Uplay, why would you have DRM on top of DRM? Doesn't make any sense.
That's if you have like Uplay running through Steam. Like you have a Ubisoft game running through Steam, and not all of them do that. Like I think Stick of Truth, which is an Ubisoft game, doesn't use Uplay, which is weird. But that's the only reason why, because Steam is a store, but it also has its own DRM. Then Uplay has its own DRM, so like you said, it's DRM on top of DRM. But if you get the Uplay game straight through Uplay, then it's just Uplay's DRM.
This is crazy.
But do you guys think that that Valve is monopolizing the digital game market? Because even when you buy a game off of the Amazon, it's just a Steam code. Or
I don't think they're monopolizing it.
Or do you think? Because I know there's Green Man Gaming. There's Good Old Games.
I think I see what you're saying. If it was truly a monopoly, those like Steam would be actually receiving money from those keys being distributed in that sense. Like if it was a customer purchasing it, instead it's not a customer, it's a company. That's how it would be considered a monopoly.
Yeah. I don't think it's a monopoly.
And then Origin, EA games at this point, all the new EA games only go through Origin. They don't go through Steam. Steam and Origin is its own thing. So they don't even have like Titanfall and shit like that on Steam.
But there are games that will utilize almost the same servers, kind of like if you play the Medal of Honor on Origin. If you notice, it's really kind of desolate. But if you play it on Steam, there's still people playing it. So
yeah, but I think that was
kind of weird.
It was before like they kind of split and said, all right, we're just gonna keep our games over here.
But it's funny is if you have it on Steam, it'll be activated on your Origin, as long as it's the same email. Yeah, that's what mine did.
Do you think it's a good idea for all these companies to have a storefront, like say Square Enix decided to take their content and make like the Square?
I think they got a Square store. I think they got a store actually.
Yeah, they do.
Or Bethesda, or all these other companies that have their own little stores.
Well, they
Just take
have
their
they,
stuff off of
they
Steam.
kind of have to, because right now they're fighting a lot of third-party sites right now that are what you'd say not considered licensed distributors, because they're dealing with third parties themselves redistributing these keys. So you have game distributors like G2A, you've got Kinguin, you've got CD Key House. You have all these sites that are dealing with people like you and me going into these sites, or better yet, Keygens probably selling these freaking keys off on these sites. And that's what they're really trying to battle. And
So
that's
is
why
that-
they're opening up their store.
Is that legal? Like CDKeys.com?
CD Keys is legal. Kinguin is legal. The only thing that they can really, I mean, you can't. The only thing they can really do is refund your money if your key's been sort of theft or lifted. And 9 times out of 10, you'll find out when your game has been activated on your account, and then it's removed. Because that was either a key that was duplicated and somebody else got the same key as you, and you activated your shit first, and they went to go activate theirs. They went and complained about it, found out you activated it, so they'll remove it from your account. Especially if you paid less for it. Because they could track where your things have gone. So there's a few cases that actually has been going on lately. In fact, Kinguin recently had to update their EULA. They had to do a complete rework to make sure that didn't happen. Kinguin's fighting it just as much as anybody else. G2A, I think, has stopped caring. I think G2A, in fact, somebody recently got screwed over by G2A. So
I don't buy anything from G2A. That's trash right there. I just go to CD Keys.
Yep, I'm a Kinguin guy myself. I get all my Xbox Live shit for fucking like $20, dude. A year for $25. Good.
You can get Mortal Kombat right now for like $8 with all the DLC. You can get Just Cause 3 right now for $5.
I saw that. Is the new Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, X. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But who would you
away with that?
But who would you play against on PC?
Oh, nobody. I don't even play. I don't even play. Like on PC, you wouldn't have nobody to play with, to be honest. But I don't even play fighters online because I don't like when people say, "Oh, my connection dropped," and
Yeah, I think honestly though, the fighting community in general has been sort of dying anyways. That's why I haven't really invested much time in the online experiences with those things.
I think fighting games have like started to suck because they don't give you that much content. Like back in the day, they gave you so much content. Now it's like just arcade online.
Well, they see
I don't think they sucked. It's just they never evolved. They're always the same thing.
Yeah, like I always hated playing Street Fighter online because everybody uses Ryu. That's all they use, and they spam.
Ryukin, that's all you see nowadays.
My favorite fighting game of all time is Tekken, and I think it's because they give you like a lot of content.
A variety, yeah.
And they give you a variety of different characters that fight. Some fight the same, but it's
one of my favorite fighting games is Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and it has some good modes.
Well, yeah. I'll admit that I'm kind of a hypocrite because I use Dark Ryu, so.
Yeah.
What happened?
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say the only reason why you're not seeing the fighting game genre evolve is because everybody's copying Capcom steps, just like the first-person shooter genre is kind of copying Call of Duty. They all see that they'll have about 5 iterations of Street Fighter 4 by the end of the year, and that's what they want to do. So.
And they're hustling. They're kind of they're not. You can't knock their hustle.
Do you think Mortal Kombat has the same legacy as Street Fighter 2?
Oh.
Is that why?
I think Mortal Kombat it's been better than Street Fighter for forever.
I think to me it's been better.
Mortal Kombat.
I don't know because I was sort of picky on both series. I would say one of my favorite Mortal Kombats was Deception. That was just one of my favorites all the time. I love the way the mechanics worked in that. And then you had my favorite Street Fighter was Alpha 3 because, well,
that was my favorite
it played better than any of the current Street Fighters do. Alpha 3 was more combo-based. It was more about chain stuff together than it is nowadays. Nowadays, yeah, you still have the combo and chain system, but I don't think it's nearly as robust, and the hitboxes and the hits are all kind of off a little bit. So, like, I don't know. It just I don't really care for the new Street Fighters all that much. I have them, but I don't like playing that much.
Like when it comes to Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I think Mortal Kombat more people can get into is it's a I don't know if you would say simpler is the word because you can do some advanced techniques, but like Street Fighter, like sometimes I'll be doing moves and the shit don't register, and I know I'm doing it right because you know, you have the bar come up and show your direction inputs, and I'm like, the shit just be fucking up. Now
Yeah,
the old ones didn't really fuck up like that, but the new ones do. Like 4, yeah, that does all the time.
Yeah, I hate that. Do you guys use fight sticks or do you use controllers?
I use a fight pad. It's almost
Okay.
like a Genesis controller with the 6
Oh.
buttons.
Anybody
Yeah.
else on this topic?
We didn't even really talk about Fallout. I mean, really.
Well, I'm just saying on the topic of Fallout 4 and Skyrim basically being accepted as buggies. You know,
Oh,
buggy.
they get a pass because those people really like the game to the point that they ignore it and just accept it. It's no different. It's no different
Well,
as
let me ask you this question though: is there other games aside or something close to Fallout out there and Skyrim that is perfect?
what you
I could say GTA 5.
nah, I wouldn't even.
GTA
GTA
5, I don't think.
GTA 5 at launch was fucked up.
Yeah, with the online part.
Its
And that got a
online was
pass.
fucked up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
I
got a
don't-
pass
I don't
easily.
like-
Oh, you're saying any game that was similar like that? Oh, yeah.
I'm saying that does even close to what those games do. Like I'm talking about all the things you can do in it, all the
And they got a
how
pass.
big the world is.
They got a pass for being broken, or it actually worked right. Which one?
That actually worked right.
Oh,
Right.
Like I said, The Witcher 3 is The Witcher 3 had minor issues. It didn't have any game breaking or any.
I
The
played
Witcher 3
The
was it.
Witcher, and I've had issues with that game. I can say that honestly.
I don't like I just don't like the controls, like the movement.
Now, I will say this though, with
fighting
Fallout 4, I played it the time you guys saw me streaming it. You see that one enemy I was fighting, and he bounced up in the air and then came back down. Did you see that, Krimpachi? I think you were.
Yeah, the Deathclaw, like he shot the Deathclaw and it just flew in the sky and killed
Yeah,
himself.
and he did some weird shit and bounced back down. I was like, oh, I didn't know if he was coming back to kill me or because I never played the game. I was having trouble because I don't play Fallout. You know,
Like, Fallout 4 is so fucked up. Like I said, I'm still experiencing issues, and it's just so random. Like you'll be in an area where nothing's happening, and you'll be frame rates dropping. You'll be sitting there shooting down like 3 helicopters. Their Brotherhood is still shooting at you. People are falling from the sky trying to kill you. Frame rate is smooth as butter. It just don't even make sense sometimes. It's just dropping random. Like
I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat and ask this question: Do you think that these companies are bought by some of these bigger publishers? Do you think that they sneak in a couple of $1,000s to give their game a good review, or do you think people are just in denial when it comes to Fallout?
I think it's a little both. I think there are some companies, like the big people that review stuff, they require payment. Then there's some people that work for those companies that just love those games. Like people forget, like not everybody that works there is just working there. Some people are really like deep into gaming and they have extreme biases, and they'll just lie for a developer because they love that game. They like it that much. Some people don't need to be paid; they'll just do it for them. It normally they get a gift or
Will you
something. for
stop
that.
bringing in Hip Hop Gamer about this? Jesus.
I don't even watch hip hop games.
Shots fired.
I know. Recently he tried to. I know recently he tried to compare PS Now to backwards compatibility, and I'm like, those two are so different. Why are you even comparing
Wow, that
them?
sounded like RXL statements earlier.
They're so
Huh.
different that I don't even know why the comparison was made. But if you wanna compare something that costs me no extra money to something that costs me more money, okay.
Not to mention it's being streamed to your console, which causes lag. It's better to have it, have the disc, put it in your console, and have it play from the system, especially if you already own it. I'm surprised they don't have a method where, say, you own a PS2 game and you put it, or a PS3 game, and you put it in the console, and it just says, okay, you own the game. Here you can play out on our servers.
But you
for
gotta
free
understand,
or a
see,
reduced price.
the Xbox don't have the resume that the Sony console has. They don't have the games. You know, what's the point of having backwards compatibility if the games are dog shit?
They do have a method like that where you can just put in the disc and you don't have to stream or nothing. It's called the PlayStation 3.
True. My PlayStation 3 plays PS2, PS1, and PS3 games.
Diaper Striker, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Oh, I know who this is.
All day, all day.
Man, you just let anybody in these podcasts, huh, man?
That's my boy. That's my boy all day. He's in the comment section all motherfucking day.
Yo, Warren, so you know who this is?
I know who it is.
What's your take? So anybody play Fallout 4 in here and beat it besides Grimpachi?
No.
I
think Grimpachi's in Guinness right now.
Hey, Graham, did you 100% it?
I just want to say,
100%.
I just want to say I love Mr. T's 240p retro videos.
What?
The fuck?
I just want to say I love Mr. T's 240p retro videos.
I can't even you can't even really 100% fall for. Honestly, after you beat the main plot and stuff and you see what's left over, it really ain't shit to do. It's like GTA 5, honestly. Like, it's side stuff, but you don't want to do that. You know, I want to collect 100 or something odd. I don't want to do that shit, man. Like, it's like at this point, I'm just killing stuff just to kill stuff. It's no point in it.
So story-wise, Grimpachi, you wouldn't say, like, is there anything about the story that you enjoyed, or did you enjoy it?
The main story is average. It's nothing to scream about. It's nothing to talk about. I mean, it's just like it's a decent story at best. I mean, there's nothing really special about it. It's not as good as the older stories, which kind of sucks.
This video is gonna be flagged for hate speech.
I mean, like I said, it just I'm not trying to spoil nothing, so I ain't gonna say really anything in detail here. But when you realize what's going on, like, there is no bigger cause. It's just like, it's just pick a side, and you're like, well, why would I pick a side when really, what are we all fighting for? It's really nothing at the end of the day. It's just like the older games. It was like fight for who controlled the purified water in the wasteland. Purified water in the post-apocalyptic world is very important. The other game, fight for Hoover Dam. Whoever controls Hoover Dam controls the power, controls the water, controls basically New Vegas. Now it's like fight for what? Nothing, I guess.
And you said there's no like real bad guys in the game.
I mean, like, as in the main plot, there is nobody that's like bad. It's really a bunch of good people that just got different ideals, and their ideals conflict, and you can't have a conversation. Like, because some of the groups, honestly, if you explain some shit to them, they probably could see eye to eye and come to an agreement and not have a conflict, but you never have the opportunity to discuss that with them. In the older games, you would have had the chance to do that, so that's
so it's YouTube Simulator 4?
Sounds like Bear Hugger, the video game, like out in the wastelands, fighting for water.
I think Bear Hugger might be eating some bread. I think that he should eat some bread for his next Bear Eats some bread. That's what I think he should eat.
Bear Hugger should eat some bread. I don't think he needs carbs.
I just
want to know what's Grimpachi's next project, because I still got 10 hours in my fucking Fallout 4.
I mean, I'm still gonna do like tips and tricks and shit, but like really, when it comes to Fallout 4, I mean, at this point, 80 hours, only 2 quests that are rememberable or cool or whatever. Like 2 quests at 80 hours.
But did they give the game a 10, right?
Who?
They gave Fallout a 10 or 9?
A 9.5, I think.
Yeah, but like I said, like, I don't use review score and stuff, but if you know, a lot of people like to, as like I said, as RSL would say, it's a B plus, it's a little B plus player, you know. So it's like the user reviews are honestly like being honest, and I'm actually shocked because they're like most of the user reviews are like 5s, like that's about it. The game is like above average. That's what I put. It's a 6 would be above average, but you know, it's around that range.
You should never fully trust reviews, but one thing you could take to the bank is all those games that are rated like over 90 on Metacritic. Those pretty much got it. on the money.
Yeah, I mean, I never really seen a game that's over 90 on Metacritic that wasn't at least somewhat close to that score when you play it.
And Fallout will be Game of the Year.
Well, I think no, I think
Fallout's got an 87 on Metacritic, and a 6.4 user score. Metal Gear's got a 993 on Metacritic with an 8.
What about Witcher?
Witcher 3, I think.
Witcher's a 90 and an 8.9 user, so it's Witcher and Metal Gear Game of the Year. That's what's gonna probably.
Yeah, I think.
I'd say Metal. I don't know Witcher. I'm going with. I think Krimpachi says Metal Gear.
The only reason I say Metal Gear because The Witcher is so big and so story driven, a lot more than Fallout is. That you can't just play that shit. Like you got to really pay attention as you're playing the game, and it takes a lot.
Come on, Mr. T, jump in with Mario Maker.
Splatoon. What about Splatoon, guys?
I know y'all don't like gameplay in your games. You just want to watch a damn movie.
Hey, Mr. T, what about Splatoon?
What about it?
Who do you think is going to get Game of the Year?
No,
it's not even nominated. Why is it?
Okay.
No, it's Splatoon.
They're waiting for the rest of the game to come on DLC. And they'll nominate it.
They gave their pandering pick, with Mario Maker. They were pandering a little bit, but that was it,
No Microsoft games.
Splatoon's an okay game. It's okay.
Well, does Nintendo even have a contender? One that's nominated or not? Which one's that?
Mario Maker.
I think Mario Maker.
Mario Maker?
Yeah, Mario Maker's.
And Xenoblade is coming out too late to be nominated, so that's.
Took that Tomb Raider spot.
I'm not impressed with that Xenoblade, man.
Xenoblade, honestly, like not X. I'm talking about the Xenoblade Chronicles that released on Wii, man. Like, I swear that game is it's good, but like that no quest marker shit. I don't.
You can't deal with that. Huh?
No, I mean because when they're like go into these like I don't remember the actual name of the locations, but they're like go over into this location, which is a big part of the map, and fight this one like dinosaur-looking creature. And I'm like, out of all the dinosaur creatures, which one is it? You got to basically be close to see the name. And then like, I had to look it up. I had to look up the quest, and they're like, well, you got to chase him over here first before he pops up. I'm like, what the fuck? Why didn't it say that in the quest line?
I don't mind, and that's sort of the issue I have too. I don't mind that there's no quest markers in some of these RPGs, but fucking A. Be accurate with that shit and don't fuck it up.
I agree with Brim. It don't have to have a question marker, but it has to be because like this certain one I was doing just to level up, and it was like 2 hours. I was looking for this damn dinosaur in it, and I look up what's his name, Chugamunga or something.
Yeah, I mean that's just one of the things about RPGs like that. That's kind of one of those tropes, if you will, that a lot of people just don't like, and then that keeps them away from RPGs. But I thought it's kind of part of them now. It's kind of if you take it out, to me, it would seem kind of weird.
I thought Nintendo's biggest exclusive this year was NX rumors.
For some people, it is.
Some people got channels dedicated to that, like Obi-Wan.
Some people.
Wow, that shit's quick style. If you already got a channel dedicated to it, goddamn.
Some people brought pre-order the concept.
Pre-order.
Yeah, they pre-ordered the concept. Remember?
The concept. Yeah, that's true.
That just shows you the failure of the Wii U. That like 3 years later, Nintendo fans are just clinging to rumors of a new console.
Nintendo fans.
If the NX comes out next year, like some people think, then like what the Wii U only been out for like 3 years, solid 3 years.
Yeah,
so
just turned 3.
That's real short right there. That's like
it's 4 years. That's no shorter than the Xbox, the original Xbox.
The NX is going to be announced, and it's going to be something.
The original Xbox lifespan was short.
It was 4 years. It was 4 years, exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be something that nobody expected, and then everybody's going to go on the Twitter and Facebook and start crying about how Nintendo failed them and they betrayed us, all this other stuff. So.
The original Xbox was like Microsoft's like foot in the door to console gaming, so it's pretty desperate for Nintendo fans to like compare the Wii U to like the Xbox.
Look, if something didn't work, then it didn't work. I mean, there's no precedent. It's not unprecedented that something didn't work.
It didn't work, or
they pulled Virtual Boy quicker than that. It
didn't work, or it sucked.
I don't think it sucks. You have one, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Why would you have one if you think it sucks? Like I don't understand.
Well, my personal opinion is that it doesn't suck, but my personal opinion won't move 60 million consoles.
Exactly.
What does that? I mean, what does that mean? Does I don't understand? Like to a gamer, I don't understand why
Time out.
sales affect your enjoyment of something.
We got T in this corner, right? We got Arcel in this corner, right?
No, I'm just trying to figure that out because a lot of people will throw sales.
Can
at
I-
you, like,
can I ask
can't
this
play
que-
sales. All I can play is games.
What?
Like,
Can I ask this question?
Oh, hold on, Ms. T. Before
Can I ask this quick?
Hold on, before you guys go, I just want to say this, Ms. T. I like that statement you made. Let's be real, man. I watch a lot of your videos. I watch a lot of your podcasts. Y'all talk about sales, bro.
I didn't say we don't talk about sales. What I'm saying is, it's different to talk about sales than saying sales make something better. I never said that.
Well, because of sales, you can't really play anything on the Wii U.
And that's kind of a blanket statement. I don't really talk about sales.
I would say, no, I'm not saying you alone. I'm saying like I've seen you talk about sales in a group of people normally in the podcast. But what I'm saying is the Wii. If the Wii didn't sell like hotcakes, the original one, all those unique different types of games that developers were just trying to make so they could be on the Wii bandwagon probably wouldn't have existed. So I can't really say sales 100% don't matter when it comes to me as a gamer because if the Wii didn't take off, I don't think I'll be getting all those unique experiences I got on the Wii. Well, maybe from Nintendo, but not the third party people.
Well, I mean, that's what you got with the Wii U, though. You got the console, and you don't have a lot of that stuff because it didn't sell well, right? But what I'm saying to you is that I still enjoy my Wii U. I enjoyed my Dreamcast. I enjoyed my Sega Saturn. That don't matter to me.
Come on, Mr. T, you gotta admit, the Wii did have a lot of exclusives, like Endless Ocean. Remember that game? That was a pretty fun game.
Yeah, well, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Can I ask this?
Why didn't they make a new one? They should have made a new one.
Can I ask this question?
Like real quick, with the Wii U, right? With the Wii U, in your eyes, is it considered a failure?
In my eyes, it's a commercial failure for sure. It's not a failure as a game console. I love it. I'm on it every other day.
Yeah, I want to ask this question. Can niche exist? Like, is it terrible for something to be niche? Because there's a lot of things I like that are niche.
It ain't got nothing to do with the Wii U niche. I think the Wii U has failed as a Nintendo console to the point it has doubted Nintendo to me. Like before, I never had a dime in my mouth to buy a Nintendo console and have a decent amount of games and have no worries about just be sitting there looking at my system like, okay, I have nothing to play. Until the Wii U came out. Until then, I've never had that issue.
Well, I might sign that.
Because it wasn't intended to, man. Nintendo cannot carry a whole console on their own. And
they don't even. I'm play. Dude, I'm playing games on my Wii U. I don't understand.
But
like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm on the eShop. I'm buying games all the time.
Majority of the games I got from my Wii U were games I bought again, and I was willing to buy them again because I was like, all right, they're going to use the gamepad. And a lot of times they didn't, or if they did, it was very minute. The only game I played that they kind of used it enough, and I didn't really play it all the way through because I don't really particularly like this game, is Deus Ex. But that's not the Wii U's fault. I just don't really like Deus Ex. So that's not the Wii U's fault with that one.
Deus Ex is amazing to me.
I'm trying to get into it because everybody tells me it's amazing. I get to China and I just stop playing every single time. I don't know.
Yeah.
This might sound a little naive, but I think
everybody has different tastes.
I think seeing Cloud is symbolic for something because obviously there's something going on between Square and Nintendo. Not to mention.
I don't know if that means anything.
I got a perfect question, if you guys don't mind me asking, right? So it's two questions. One that kind of involves more me than anything else. The other one has to be about the cloud situation, right? So I asked a question, right, on at the Gamer Lights video, just asking a question. I said, why is it Cloud being in Smash means Final Fantasy VII for Wii U? And it's because I understand it's speculation. I just didn't understand the reason behind it because I'm just like, oh, it's Cloud and Smash. Like I didn't really think it.
The other side to this is that it just could mean that, since Dragon Quest VIII and Dragon Quest VII and Final Fantasy Heroes or Explorers is coming to the U.S., that might have been sort of a trade-off. That could be one argument you could make. Or it could mean that, possibly there's a mainline Final Fantasy game coming to the Wii U or NX in the future. Who knows?
Well, I just think people said it was probably going to be... it's probably leading to Final Fantasy Remake or whatever. Well, one, Cloud is a Final Fantasy VII character.
True.
Final Fantasy VII character. Two, Final Fantasy VII Remake we all know is not exclusive.
Very true.
So and in 3, the Dragon Quest thing that came out about NX beforehand. So there was just belief that these at least the Japanese third party are looking to the NX and put some stuff on it. So I mean, I don't think it went any deeper than that.
Well, I understand the Nintendo gamers concept, and when I said this, a good number of Nintendo guys I talked to said they never heard of this concept before. So, Mr. T, can you clear the record? Have you ever heard any Nintendo guy or girl say this? If Nintendo puts a third-party character, or they get a third-party character in Smash, this is the potential for a game to either be exclusive in that series or that franchise, or just a game to come to the system, because now that game is being advertised in Smash, a game that Nintendo fans love, and now they will probably be more willing to buy a game in that series because it's in Smash.
That's not true.
I think that's true for some people. I think
anybody use that concept. Ever.
Yeah, I mean, I think some fans will see, okay, maybe you don't know who Cloud is, or maybe you just never played Final Fantasy VII. Maybe you don't know who Cloud is, and obviously Super Smash Brothers, big, huge Nintendo game, and a lot of people buy it, a lot of people play it, and they get excited about new characters, and maybe this is your first, this is a way for them to market Cloud to you, and then boom, here comes Cloud's game. I mean, I don't think that's, too crazy of a concept.
Snake was on Brawl, and we didn't get Metal Gear Solid 5, so...
We didn't get
we talking about
anything,
Metal Gear Solid 5 for the Wii? I don't even think that's possible.
No.
Or Metal Gear Solid 4, or...
No, what I'm saying is the concept, like, the reason why I was just wondering why not, because people was like, all right, he could come because he's there, right? And that was all they had to it, like you said, and it was no deeper than that. I would be like, all right, that makes sense. But when people were like, well, it's happened before, and I'm like, I've never, like, other than Sonic, which Sonic normally has exclusive Nintendo games.
Sonic was already on there before.
Yeah, it was already on there before.
There is no third-party character that I know of that's in Smash that has some type of exclusive content brought to the Wii U or Nintendo. So I don't know of it.
Yeah, I don't know who those people are. I'm not saying this is a rule. This is what happens.
That's what I'm saying. It almost
that's
came
what
off
people
like,
are saying.
No, I'm not saying they exactly said that, but it came off as if this has happened before. Like, oh, Clouds and Smash, that means we're getting a Final Fantasy game. Like, it's happened so many times before. It's all obvious to conclude.
I think
honestly, it could be as simple as Cloud is an iconic character. Cloud's only been in one Final Fantasy game, but he is that guy.
It's been two.
Two, right? But he is that guy that people recognize for Final Fantasy. When you think Final Fantasy, a lot of people think Cloud because it was a huge game on PlayStation. Like, everybody bought it. Even people that don't even like RPGs went out and bought Final Fantasy VII, and I think that's one of the reasons it could be just that he's an iconic character.
That's what
we have Pac-Man in there. He's iconic. It's not like Pac-Man's making new games. I mean, he had that little right. He had that little.
What the fuck you guys do? Go to like seminars and secret meetings? I'm never giving this much fucking thought.
Excuse me, sir. That's self-help group.
Grim always hits me with these.
Fucking AAV.
No. Like I said,
Hi, my name's Brimstone. I've been on Nintendo for approximately 2 years.
Look, I'm being 100% real. I watch a lot of different people. I watch a lot of Nintendo channels, and when I watch them and I hear them say stuff, and I may repeat it back to them, it's like they never recall saying these things. So I don't even know I don't know if you guys be drinking Mr. T or something in these.
Why I gotta be thrown in it?
Like I said, hold on, you're the ambassador. Remember, you speak for all Nintendo.
I watch a lot of Nintendo dudes too. You're gonna run into some dudes in the comment section that's gonna say some off the wall stuff. That's just gonna happen. But like in the actual video, I haven't seen a guy that said that. I don't think.
Well, the second part. Oh, go ahead.
It's hard to see anything happening that would make me connect the dots to, the Wii U's getting a new game. Like, it's not getting no new game. Maybe it's getting a new amiibo.
We're having serious conversations right here.
You know what? That's way more believable because, like I said, I think Cloud may be representing Final Fantasy Explorers, but Cloud could get a Cloud amiibo.
Yeah, he could. That's probably a rule right there. He will get an amiibo.
Yeah, you definitely would because it's a Smash character, right?
Right.
So the amiibo thing is right, but that's probably true. But the only other question I had, right, is that a couple of Nintendo guys I talked to, they said the question I asked, which was, I'm gonna repeat it, Why is it that Cloud being in Smash means you're gonna get Final Fantasy VII Remake on Wii U or NX? They
It
thought
doesn't-
by the way, they thought that question was negative. I don't hear negativity in there.
No, it doesn't mean that because it doesn't even mean that. It doesn't mean
It
that at
doesn't
all.
mean that at all.
Possibility.
It's the answer that's going to be negative, and the answer is because they're desperate for games.
I got a question. What do you guys think about Cookie Face's Xbox Live Arcade game?
Who's Cookie Face?
Oh yeah, he's making a. Isn't he making a Xbox?
Oh,
game?
I know what you're talking.
Who y'all talking about, man?
What?
Cookie
What are you
Face.
talking about? I
Next
don't know
gen
what
Sire.
AKA Chips Ahoy.
Oh,
Y'all tripping now. Y'all tripping.
2020.
That's fucked up, man.
Now, does he
Chicken
know how to
Face.
program computer? Is he good at computer programming? Or?
Man, who is this diaper slapper dude coming here starting starting stuff, man?
Come on, bro.
His name is Robert. Okay, he has a name.
What's his name?
Cyber Striker.
Diaper Striker, AKA Robert. Yeah.
Okay, hey Robert. I have a.
He sounds a lot like League of Winning.
I know, right?
I know.
They must be from the same region of the country.
Hey,
Boston.
That's why he came in here with that.
He said next gen 720 is making a game for the Xbox, but here's my question: does he know how to program for a computer? Does he know how to code? Does he know how
That
to?
motherfucker came and spelled things backwards.
Just like his account. Just like his account, the game will have no achievements.
The views expressed in this podcast do not reflect those of Mr. T or the Mr. T show.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the boss of that game would be Black Bond, that's for sure.
And then the final boss will be hard 8 times. It's gonna be hard 8 times.
So let me guess, like the end level of that game's gonna be fucking the City of Hate. Is that how this is gonna work?
It'll look like a cheap Castlevania knockoff, the City of Hate.
If the end boss is hard 8 times, I could just see the boss spamming you with attacks. And every time it spams you with an attack, it'll be like, you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
or that fucking laugh.
Shoot basketballs at you.
That's fucked up, son.
Wow.
It's all he plays, NBA 2K and Battlefield.
That's
Donkey
racist.
sidekick. A donkey sidekick.
You are a racist.
Well, since we're on the subject of Nintendo, what do you guys think of Zombie now getting a physical release?
I don't care.
I
didn't care
guess
about
because it did
Zombie
so
U.
good on digital, they're making a physical.
I
So I
guess
think it's a
that's
sign for
good.
Zombie 2, not Zombie U 2, Zombie 2.
It's gonna be on the
Mr. T.
NX.
I wish Ubisoft all the best.
Well, I mean,
Rest in peace.
wouldn't it be doing good for them to make a physical release? They're not just making a physical release. They would just keep it digital, right? If it wasn't doing
I
good.
don't know. I mean, it could be both ways. It could be they made enough money with the digital to warrant it physical, and physical games will probably sell more because you have the retail space. So I don't know. Maybe it's just
Actually, that happened with the Watchmen on last generation. Came out digital, then went physical.
Mm-hmm.
Another Wii U exclusive loss, just like Sonic the Lost World.
Hey, Brim, let me ask you this: How old is Space Engineers?
It's about a year and a half now, I think.
I saw that at Walmart. Physically, I didn't know it was even a physical release.
Well, they did the same thing with Heroes of the Storm, and they did that with Planetary Annihilation, actually. So they've been trying to get the physical market back again.
Oh, that's an indie game, though, isn't it, though?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. That's odd, actually.
You can find old PC games at Dollar Tree.
That's fucked up. You see the Wii U right there. That's fucked up.
Oh my god!
He's not even joking because I got Red Fraction from a Dollar General, and
Excel, you gotta make sure that Wolfie shirt gets to everybody, dude. I'm telling you.
Grim, you just took a joke and made it into a reality. That's fucked up, son.
I heard you could find Zaire's PC at Dollar Tree.
Red Fraction is like what? How old? Like that's an old PC.
Yeah, that's an old game. Yeah.
I see like Genesis in Dollar General. Like they're like preloaded or something.
Like educational games and stuff like that in Dollar Tree. Like I'd be seeing like church CDs and all that stuff in Dollar Tree.
That PC Master Race be at that Dollar Tree all day.
My question is, what the fuck you guys doing in the dollar store anyway?
Exposed to the max.
Cause I mean,
I'm seeing those dollars on sale, son.
You know, you can get.
Going up to the counter talking about how much does this cost?
Because the Dollar General is the only place I can get Nerds rope. So.
Excel, when they all buy their shirts, make sure that they're all using their EBT cards.
Okay.
They're all coming small because they're always starving.
Wow.
There goes the reserve checkout.
The El Cheapo.
Did I just say that shit? Oh, shit.
They'll come in small and bear hugger sizes only.
You know, Bear Hugger should come to America so that way he can get exposed to Dollar Tree. It could be a good thing for him. It'll help him.
Man,
it could save his life, man. I'm telling you.
I just came up with $1 million idea for Wealthies. Let's start like a Steam Dollar Tree app.
Wow. We call that the summer and winter sales, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Dollar Tree food can be delicious. I mean,
I don't know about all that.
It can be delicious.
Wait. You eating food out of the Dollar Tree?
Hold on, wait, Levon. Now I can understand going to the Dollar Tree. Look, I can go in the Dollar Tree, get a notepad, a pencil, some candy, a soda, maybe some chips, but not no.
Hold on.
Wait. You go to Dollar Tree and be getting them big ass burritos for like
No,
5
he
cents.
goes grocery shopping, all right?
Oh my God! Shut down the cash. Shut it down. They exposed
Dollar Tree.
Shut down the cash.
Dollar Tree.
Let me finish.
You go in Dollar Tree, you'll find like Magic Johnson's burrito or some shit in the back.
Heck, I don't go to Dollar Tree for grocery shopping. I go to Walmart, man.
Nah, man, we just joking about that.
Oh, I know.
I'll say one thing about the Dollar Tree.
Joke, bro. It's all good.
Seriously, all joking aside, the Dollar Tree, if you have little kids, you go there, you spend like $20, you walk out with 20 fucking things. Kids go a little fucking crazy over
Man,
there.
that's the look. When I was younger, that was like the cheapest shit ever because you could go in and you're right, you can go and get a bunch of toys for a kid for like a couple of dollars. The toys last 5 seconds. Those toys break like you know when you were a kid you'd be playing with action figures. You punch another character with the other one and it breaks. Like you might as well would have bought a decent toy at that point.
One Stop could go into a Dollar Tree with $9 and get each one of his kids a toy.
Wait.
We're going off topic on this shit, man.
Let's keep it gaming, fellas. Let's keep it gaming.
Hold on. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to gaming. Let's bring it back to gaming. So
Oh my God.
let's go back to what you got.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Now Mr. T, right? I can't get into Kingdoms of Amalur.
No,
I don't know. Like the combat's good, but everything else sucks.
it does. It is kind of a crappy story, and the world's not that great. But you know, like you said, the combat's fun, and that's what I enjoy about it. So.
Yeah, that's what got me interested. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, Grim. The story is terrible. Like, it's pretty much your standard affair, fantasy, RPG. You're the decider of your own.
It has a really good story behind the game, but the actual game itself.
All right. Let's go on to the next subject. Let's try and get off topic. I mean, there really isn't too much more. Have you guys heard about any of that stuff going on with the with the PS4 with the terrorist, and they found one.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yo, back
And these Xbox fanboys are using it to
Man, that's
make
ridiculous.
the PS4 gamers look bad.
Well, it's actually a good way to communicate if you weren't wanting anybody to know what it was. It was a genius plan by the terrorists, and ISIS. Like,
I mean, you gotta think about it. Like, I'm pretty sure all of them were playing Call of Duty at the time, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna put in the kill streak now." Like, codes and shit.
So what do you think is gonna happen now because of that?
Nothing, nothing's probably gonna this happened with the PS2, right? Didn't they say
PS2? There's always been something with the PlayStation brand with terrorists. Like PlayStation 2, you had Saddam Hussein. There's a rumor that he was buying them, by the truckloads, where they put an embargo so they couldn't send them to Iraq no more.
The PlayStation 4 and the PS2, they're the best-selling consoles. So that's.
Well, they said there was like some super chip in the PS2 that
Yeah, they claim they used it
in the process. Marketing, man. I remember that.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you that nobody wants an Xbox One. Nobody.
Well, the PlayStation brand is preferred by terrorists.
Well, isn't Isn't Xbox fanboys like using it against them? Like they're using it right now?
Yeah, and I think that's really stupid and fucked up. But at the same time, let's be 100% honest, right? Let's say the Wii U was used for terrorist acts. Everybody will be just saying the Wii U's a terrorist machine. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Saying, oh man, at least they finally using it for something.
They're finally wiping off the dust and
honestly, like what I'm saying is like you're gonna have idiots in each group, so it doesn't matter which console it was used. Yeah. Somebody would say, "Oh, these people are terrorists because they use the platform." Like,
if it was the Xbox, they'd be crucifying the Xbox.
The Xbox. They'd be like, "Aren't you supposed to be American?"
People today still believe that the Trenchcoat Mafia had something to do with the Columbine shooting. They had absolutely zero to do with it, but that was the narrative.
So. Is it me or does Thanos just look like he came back from robbing somebody?
I think he has a plan.
I just robbed somebody's channel, son.
Hey, is it my GameCube back there? You got me.
I guess they found the PlayStation 4 at where they got one of these dudes that did this, bombing, and they said that they were communicating. So I don't know if they're going to start monitoring. Most likely, they'll start monitoring party chat.
I mean, they monitor that shit anyway. I mean,
no, Dave. Actually, I heard something about this even like in the first year of the 360. I remember a couple of guys were talking about it. Like terrorists can use
Well, stuff like this happens, and the government usually will overreact. And we had actual attacks that were carried out using these, using these systems. So, we were taking up. We still are. We're taking off our shoes every time we get on a plane because some idiot had gasoline in his and tried to blow up a plane that way. Even though he didn't do it, we still have to take our shoes off to get on a plane.
This also goes all the way back to like the beginning of EverQuest and World of Warcraft. This is right around the time that Homeland Security and everybody decided, oh hey, we should really look into this because they were planning these little plots in MMOs, and there was actually evidence. Everybody thought it was just conspiracy theory there for the longest time until they saw that no, there was legitimacy behind this.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, if you don't want to get caught, that's what you do.
I remember like getting on Minecraft, right? And they were saying some crazy shit on there, talking about they're gonna blow up buildings and shit like, and then they blew up my house in Minecraft, like they fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
Thank you for the info on Brimstone. That was nice.
Yeah, I'm always trying to bring the PC in.
You keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah, thanks for the info, man. That was very informative.
Yeah, I might.
Wasn't he trying to label like Sony guys if you Sony you're actually supporting terrorism?
Yeah, that's when it gets nuts because.
But it's amongst. Huh?
I'm saying they label everybody. Like I said, you're always gonna find idiots. Like I know people that think every person that likes Nintendo are child molesters or some shit. If you're over a certain age.
Come on, man.
So if you're over,
that's real talk.
So I'm just saying, like everybody, like the idiots. I mean, you just depending on what you believe.
You know why they think that? You know why they think that? Pachi, because say you're a person that don't play video games. Most people I know that don't play video games and see me playing a video game with my friends, they always tell me, like, when are you going to grow up, dude? Like, just joking around, but they see that as a toy. They see it as, they do see video games as a toy. It's like a child's toy.
Aren't video games toys?
But video games are toys. So
they are toys.
Yeah, but some people don't think you're, like, they look at you like you're immature when you play these things. Like, I know a lot of people like...
I mean, that's only because they were raised in a household where they weren't allowed to have stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's the difference between?
That's where they were really narrow-minded, and their parents sort of sheltered them. So when they see everybody else that's having fun and they're doing the things that they don't normally consider or they would ever do, they're gonna shit on you for it because they think what they're doing is normal.
It's no different than
something like what's the real difference between playing an actual video game and playing poker?
The difference?
I still got my wallet at the end of the day.
Still got wallet.
Not all the time. If you buying them red packs in Halo 5, you No, the difference is this, Thanos, and we all know the difference. See, when you're playing a game, you don't have to know when to fold them or know when to hold them. Exactly. And you don't have to know when to walk away.
Oh my god.
Is that a song? Because that just fucked me up.
Guys, let me get this in. If a grown man was in his house and you walked into the house and he had every single Disney movie on Blu-ray, would you consider him a pedophile?
No.
No. Weird, but not a pedophile.
Where's this podcast going?
What
is that?
Honestly, if a grown man and
with every Nintendo exclusive, would you think pedophile?
No, I mean at the same time, like, you know, even your avatar is like a teddy bear wolf upside down with a diaper on, like in a weird position.
Hey, not to mention, Robert, that name is Diaper Striker. That's a little pedo there, buddy.
Again, goodbye to take bringing it into reality. What the fuck?
Oh man, you just did a boomerang. It's coming back at you now.
Hey, Robert, why'd you ask that, Robert? I mean, I would say that they would be into Nintendo, but I wouldn't think that it's for a sexual reason.
I think a man that's a pedo. I think a man that, like, I would suspect to be a pedophile is someone that's been either convicted or someone that's driving around and trying to pick up children they don't know.
Well, let me kind of clarify Diaper Swiper's argument right now. Let's say you went to somebody's house and they only had Disney stuff. And they wore Disney shirts.
Well,
and like that's the only thing they were into.
Well, let me ask you this: if you walked into a girl's house, because they're grown women that like ponies and pink shit, and you know you wouldn't think that. I mean, you probably think that girl's a little weird, maybe a little kinky too, but you know you wouldn't think she's a pedophile or something.
But girls do stuff like that all the time. They can get away with this.
Well, there's kind of a double standard with men and women. Like when women like kids, they just like kids. When men like kids, they're pedophiles.
Yeah, men can't like kids.
Let me tell you the difference, right? You can like kids, you can love kids. It's when you try to have sexual relations where the issue lies.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like the guy from Subway, what's his name?
Oh my God, Jared!
He's fucking out there, man.
They said when he goes to jail, he's gonna get a $5 footlong.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I knew that was coming.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, geez.
For life.
No one tried to label Subway.
There's gonna be no $5 footlong. It'll be free.
Subway's not really getting much impact for this. Like they're not like I thought they would.
Yeah.
Like he's pretty bad. Like he's talking on the thing like he wants to get this girl to go over to another country.
Let's not do that.
Come on,
let's not go there.
I think he might. I think he was into child porn. I really think he was.
Is this part of the program for the day?
Wait. What about video games?
Dave,
What about video games?
Dave, I don't think this is on your list, Dave.
We can never have.
No, we tried these conversations before. They never go well. I had to take down one of the podcasts.
They said Jared was part of some organization known as the NW Nation.
Oh my!
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of
You're
it.
gonna bring that up? Holy
Hold
cow!
on. I got a serious
You're gonna
question.
bring up that tragedy?
I got a serious
So you
question. Like we don't have to talk about this, but like, why can't people talk about this topic? You know what I'm saying? Without people like.
No, people. I talk about this to people
not live
in
though.
real.
Wait, Graham, what do you mean people? Like, what do you mean? Like
why some people get like they get nervous or they don't want to have a conversation.
Well, it's not that they get nervous. Some people take these conversations the wrong way. Not like us in the room, but some may be watching this podcast and take it completely the wrong way.
Well, then they can't hear them.
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell you, dude. Their comprehension skills are a little short. So when you try to actually talk about stuff like this, they're gonna automatically assume, oh my God, they're talking about they all must be pedophiles.
Yeah, they you know.
That's why you can't really. It's the audience.
Why can't I say?
Jared from Subway was a member of Gamers at Large.
Oh shit!
That's fucked up.
Oh,
Diaper striker. Oh, diaper striker.
Mr. T.
Diaper
Hey,
striker.
why
feel
can't?
kind of bad.
He's trying to pop shots.
Why can't anyone, just like Mario or Donkey Kong because of its intuitive level design and it's.
Well, it's like Next Gen 720 said a while back. He was doing a debate with Tokyo. It was really funny when he said this. He says, if I walked into a house and I saw a dude playing Super Mario Sunshine and he's like 30-something years old, it's fucking weird. You know, some people feel that way. He said that, and I could understand if you're a big Nintendo fan, I knew you, but the average person walking in, they're going to see you playing a game like that and be like,
what do you expect to play at a certain age range? But
Dave, that's a weird question because
that opinion is based on ignorance and simple-mindedness. If you think about it, listen here.
Wow.
Just because someone's playing a game, if it's Nintendo, it doesn't matter what the fuck you're playing. You could be playing Powerpuff Girls. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, exactly.
If they play a game, the average person that's coming in are not going to be for the first thought going in their mind of, is this guy fucking weird? They just be like, oh, he's playing a game, because not everybody has the same exact mindset.
I
just want to say this. Who's just walking in your house?
Exactly. Who are these people?
That's a good question.
Here's a question. You have some friends that come over, they bring some chicks with them, and you're in there, is the first thing you do, you'd be sitting there playing Super Mario Sunshine?
I think the chicks would like that. I think
they would like that.
Actually be like, oh,
you turn on Mario Kart? You turn on Mario Kart, they would like that.
But there's two different games, though. Like, some games look more kiddie than others.
Let me ask this. If you walk in, if somebody walks in, and you're playing, I don't know, God of War, and you're doing the little simulation sex with the two chicks in the bed, is that more?
Yeah, but it's looked at better than Super Mario Sunshine.
You walk in on that. Some dude was sitting in a chair playing that.
I had to play games.
Let's be real. Like,
you're in that room, and you have a box of tissue and Vaseline. Yeah, you're fucking weird, dude.
Have any of you guys?
You don't think it's weird? People. Now, this is what I was kind of thought was crazy. People that they're called bronies, and they like My Little Pony. Like grown men.
That's weird. Yeah, that's
weird. Sorry.
You hear the hypocrisy though, like Mario and Yoshi's Yarn, and that's okay. Ponies though, that's weird. Like, where's that line drawn?
I'm not gonna let anybody.
No. I'm gonna
actually doing something weird and deviant that actually hurts other people. Right? I'm
gonna tell you the difference, right? Is this: if you like My Little Pony, I will never understand that, because it's. I asked, like, what type of show is it? At first I thought maybe it was some show with some ponies, some guns, or something.
Yo,
some action,
friendship is magic, motherfucker.
Yeah, I learned the show. The show is really for younger kids. It's supposed to teach them how to like be friends and be nice to people and how to basically be social.
Man watching that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I have asked that question, like, why would
Nintendo is for younger kids.
No, I have asked. Hold on, wait. I have asked that question, like, why would someone older, like, but maybe that's just what they like, because I like shit like it's a new show on called like We Bare Bears. I like it. I can't tell you, it's funny. That's it.
Well, I could understand like
It's
an
funny.
older person liking Nintendo that grew up and that was his childhood or anything from his childhood. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me like when I was in school, people used to say all the time, make fun of people that look at My Little Pony. It used to be a joke. Oh, you watch My Little Pony? I didn't even know what the fuck it was when I was a little kid. I'd hear other kids saying it.
Nintendo is aimed towards a general
I
audience.
don't get this, because these are the same dudes that'll go crazy over quote unquote superheroes in tights jumping around and flying around like that's
But see,
weirder than any of it.
it's a difference though, because I am the Batman, and that's way different. Like Bruce Wayne's plot is he's a mark for humanity. Like his family died and he became a superhero.
Yeah.
He's
not
Mario. Look, Mario hasn't done his job in like over 30 years. He's a plumber. When is he gonna plumb something?
It's no more kiddie to have grown men getting super excited about dudes dressed up in masks and tights. And
let's be real. I've seen some
videos.
I like to see people happy and enjoying themselves, but I did find it like over extreme with some of these people. If you watch these Cloud Strife, Smash Brothers reactions, like some of these dudes are about to like knock their computer over. But I got it's an excitement there, even though I didn't really care for it that much, because they're happy, So I like that part of it. But honestly, I'm like Cloud and Smash, that's some shit you'll never think to happen. But ever since Snake got in Smash, I'm just like anything can probably happen.
And another thing is like stuff been spoiled so many times with Smash. You know who's coming before they come. This was out of nowhere. I think nobody saw this coming. That's what made it so great.
Well, not really. Wasn't there a poll? Wasn't there a poll for him though?
No. What I'm saying is there was no leaks. There was no
leaks.
Somebody data mined something or any of that stuff. Nobody got fired because they told none of that. Like Duck Hunt Dog and a bird got exposed earlier. I would have been way more excited for it if I had not heard about that. But people will ruin that surprise with the like the data mining stuff, like I said. And Cloud, Final Fantasy VII is nowhere near a Nintendo console, and that just came out of nowhere. We had no warning to that.
Even if Cloud was
I'm reacting to a remake of Final Fantasy VII.
I'm gonna be honest.
Remember that?
When it comes to the whole the kiddie shit and a grown like at the same time, I will say this though, I don't know any older person. I can't talk about the brony people because I don't know about them, But when it comes to gaming, I don't know any person that's older that got into games when they were older and they went to the Nintendo route. Normally, most people like Nintendo because they grew up with Nintendo.
I do.
Oh well,
I like Nintendo.
I know quite a few people.
I know quite a few.
My grandmother
youngins actually.
Yeah.
The young ones.
Well, your age. The young.
I was talking about old people.
But that's what I'm saying. That's a little different. I'm talking about people and they're like, so there are people getting into games like mid-30s, 40s. They're like,
the thing is, restate what you're thinking.
I'm saying when someone like when you're still 20, like in some people's eyes, you're still like a kid. Like I hear that all the fucking time. So what I'm saying, like I've seen 30, 40, even like people in their 50s. More than likely they're going through a midlife crisis, but they get into PlayStation or Xbox or something. I don't really.
Oh, get into it. You mean get into it for the first time?
Yeah, they never like they probably play games here or there, but they never really played them. But I never heard them getting into games and it being Nintendo.
Well, those people are going to go to what's popular because they're getting into it. Like,
ain't Nintendo popping? Ain't Nintendo popping in the streets?
It's not a mainstream.
So, Graham, are you insinuating that the majority of the Nintendo audience are older?
I would say that most of the people that like Nintendo grew up with Nintendo. Like it's just like
that's probably true.
It's just like a kid right now. They may like that new Peanuts movie that came out because it's a new kids movie. But let's be real, the real Peanuts fans are probably old as shit.
Yeah,
like me.
I like it. I wanted to see it, but I never watched the Peanuts that much. It didn't come on. I used to read it in the newspaper more than anything. But
took my kids to see it and they loved it. So.
That Christmas special, Peanuts, is the best.
Yeah, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
It's classic, man.
I ain't saying shit.
Like,
if a person for the first time, like if they're older and they're getting into something for the first time. It's like the episode of South Park when Stan's dad was trying to act like he was hip, and he was like listening to all this pop stuff that he really hated.
Yeah.
He was just trying to get it. He was just trying to get it because it was popular. So it's like that.
There's a lot of stuff in this season of South Park that are relevant to YouTube. Like the safe. Have you seen the safe space episode? Where like they're so they want to be on the internet, but they're so sensitive to comments that they need somebody to filter them out for them, and that's their safe space.
That's where Thanos or Columbia comes from.
It wouldn't really matter to me. I mean, it's just a video game. That's all it is to me. It's just a video game. Like if I see you playing a Nintendo game or anything. What?
Well, see, this stuff doesn't make sense because all the games that we like, everything, it's about kiddie and what looks kiddie. But when we first started playing video games, everything looked quote unquote kiddie.
Not really.
Like
Ninja Gaiden. Wait a second. There was a censorship back then than there is now. Now anything.
What I'm saying is visually. Like Ninja Gaiden didn't look.
I could name a game that didn't look kiddie.
Ninja Gaiden didn't look, and on the NES didn't look visually more adult or darker than Super Mario Brothers. It's just, the technology is so where it is now to where you can do this photorealistic stuff that looks like people and all this stuff.
But let's be real. Like Pong didn't look kiddie, but it didn't look like an adult.
It's kiddie versus whatever. Most of this stuff is just marketing. It actually kind of started with Sega. Sega. That's how Sega went at Nintendo during the Super Nintendo Sega Genesis days. They said, "Look at this. This looks childlike. This is we're Sonic is cool. He's hip.
I will say Sonic is cooler than Mario though."
So there are no video games meant specifically for children, right?
No, Sonic is irrelevant.
Yeah, he's
Sonic is carrying Mario at the
Nintendo is making Sonic relevant.
No, Sonic is carrying Mario at the.
Sonic ain't made a good game in about 10 years, man.
I wouldn't. No.
We got a Sonic fanboy in here.
No. Wait, time out. I'm not a Sonic fanboy at all. Sonic Generations was good. I like that.
Yeah.
What about Sonic Colors?
Sonic Generations good though.
Can I deny that shit?
Hold on. Why was Sonic Generations good? Because it had all the old levels.
Exactly.
Exactly. Wait. Why is Mario Maker good? Because it's got all the old art.
But Mario Maker, but Super Mario World is also good. Super Mario 3D Land is also good. Super Mario 3D World is also good.
And Sonic Colors
because it rips off Little Big Planet.
Wait. Sonic Colors was also
Little Big Planet.
Wait. Sonic Colors was also good. I like Sonic, the one with the werewolf thing. It was
Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed.
That was good too. I mean, the only Sonic I played that was like trash.
I'm not saying it's trash. I'm just saying it's like it's nothing. It ain't what Sonic.
I will say this, not in the visual department because Mario Kart 8 has better visuals. But I think Sonic's Transform Racing is better than Sonic.
We done now. We done for sure.
Wait, let me ask you. Wait.
That's actually a pretty good game.
Mr. T, would you not say that game has more content?
You need to tie your shoes up.
No, that game has way more content, way more stuff to do.
What?
Mario Karts get boring after a while.
Man,
hold on. Let's be real. Battle mode in Mario Kart 8 almost doesn't even exist. Let's be real. For a lot of people,
but
and all
Mario Kart started battle mode.
Yeah, sure, but I'm just saying in Mario Kart 8, it pretty much
it's garbage.
It's garbage. So basically, you have one less mode, right? You got online, but online is just playing the computer. I mean, but you're playing real people. It's the same shit. You're just driving.
Right. Online is great.
It gets boring after a while.
For you, maybe people still.
And it has DLC, which means they gave you half a game for $60.
Man, you got that's cool. You got the same game. You got the same Mario. It's the same amount of courses you always got. The DLC is more. The DLC adds to it, and it was really cheap for basically almost a half a game, half a Mario.
Yo, I gotta ask you this, Mr. T. Would you not agree? Maybe you won't. Would you agree, right, that a lot of the reasons why a good number of Nintendo guys think DLC is fine with Nintendo is because normally it is cheap? Not because it's doing something because I use Hyrule Warriors as a prime example. That game had pre-order DLC.
Not a Nintendo game, by the way.
It had
Not a Nintendo game, by the way. But go ahead.
No. It may not be, but it got that green motherfucker on the box. You know, it got that link. You know, so look, let's be real now. It's not going to PlayStation. Hyrule Warriors ain't going to PlayStation and Xbox.
No,
it's
but Samurai Warriors is, Dynasty Warriors is.
But what I'm saying is this, right? People gave that game a pass, more likely because Link is on the box. But that game had a lot of DLC.
But that's easy to say that on the outside looking in. But I bought the DLC, and I didn't even finish. I still have the actual game that I bought for $60 to complete. I haven't beaten that stuff yet. So it's got a lot of content in it before you even touch DLC.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, like, I've heard a lot that, you know, a good number of Nintendo guys just don't like DLC. Like, it's not like half time there's not even a reason. It's just they don't like it. So when I'm like, well, why do you like? I can understand why you wouldn't care about Splatoon's DLC because it's absolutely free. But I'm just saying, like, those games you had to pay, but it's just because those games you pay a low amount of money. That's why I think most of them just like
speak for these people. It's probably true that because the DLC
but you do speak for you're the ambassador. You have to.
All right, since I'm the ambassador, I'm gonna say that's probably true because the DLC is cheaper on this side, but there are really good instances of DLC on other systems and other game developers too. Like I think Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon was awesome DLC. So
sorry, I see you missed the Fallout 4 discussion, sir. Just I know you just got.
He's gonna cover that for the next 3 months.
But,
I know he is, son.
People are gonna tout. Groups of people are gonna tout what they got, what advantages or whatever what they see as advantage is over the other guys. Everybody does that. Remember when Sony fans were laughing at Xbox fans having to pay for online? You hear that anymore?
Yeah, of course.
You don't hear that anymore.
Yeah, I heard
so. Of course, but
you're gonna use it. That's what guys do.
I'm just saying. People know. I notice things and I point things out, and it's like I say this to Sony dudes. They may play in denial, but I've never heard them say, "I've never said that Microsoft paying for online on Xbox is stupid." I've never heard anyone say that.
I say it all the time.
I'm saying I've never heard someone say they never said that. But like when it comes to like the DLC shit, I've heard people deny like, "Oh, I've never had a problem with DLC bullshit."
It was stupid to pay for a lot because
what?
Now that both
you and that Johnny
you got that wealthy internet right there.
That wealthy internet is strong with you, son. You just roboted out. Try that again.
You and that Johnny 5 over there, man.
Those voice packets didn't make it. I'm sorry.
That wealthy internet is taking over, man.
Your voice packets are being blocked right now.
Are we still, or is that the end of that topic?
Your VoIP is not registered.
RXL, did you have anything else? You had something to say, or?
Can you hear me?
I hear you, but it's like
I hear you a little bit.
Sorry, RXL. I think NSA has discovered you're an immigrant, and so they're trying to really work on your voice packet, sir. Sorry.
Your VoIP has been revoked.
Yeah, this is breaking up. Any other topics? Anybody else got? I mean, I'm pretty much. There isn't too many other things to talk about. I mean, there is one other thing or two other things, but I just don't want to keep it going on forever.
Super Star Wars is coming out for the PS Vita and PlayStation 4.
Well, I guess I think that game. Somebody said with Star Wars Battlefront you get extra games. Has anybody heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's if you get the console bundle.
Yeah,
you have to get a console bundle to get it. It is available now. I don't know for pre-orders, Super Star Wars, or they're just.
You can buy it. You can buy it right now.
Yeah, you can buy it now.
So, Meza T, how does that make you feel?
What? I didn't hear it.
Super Star Wars.
On the Vita and not the Wii U? Oh, man.
No, it might be on the Wii U through Virtual Console, but
I think it might be on the Wii U.
Super Star Wars.
Yeah, for the Super Nintendo. I got it. I got the cartridge, but so ain't no reason for me to buy it again. But I'm just saying, like, how does that make you feel?
I'm missing the first part. I got the Super Star Wars part.
Well, Super Star Wars is on PlayStation. How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm obviously upset about it. No, I don't care about that.
Yes,
first of all,
Blacktooth.
none of
Oh,
these
sorry,
dudes,
go
none of these dudes today messing with
No,
some Star Wars
it's
anyway
like
because
though
it's too
everybody
hard.
always has to pass stuff
It's-
by Mr. T
When
when
I,
it
when,
comes
I
to
was, when I was a
Nintendo.
kid,
It's
we used
too
to play.
hard.
When I,
You
when
can't
I was
play
a
that
kid,
game.
when I was a kid, we used to play Super Star Wars all the time. I mean, I'm not gonna. I could bust it out if I want to, but I'm not going to probably.
Yeah, you know what? I want to see you beat that on a video. You have to make a video and beat it. Prove how.
I can't do that. I ain't got no capture device. See,
You can use a DVD. You got a DVD
You could always
recorder.
use
Hey,
an
look,
You slid on
emulator.
that
You got a
one.
DVD recorder, bro.
Look, you can't. Hey,
You
look,
could always,
hey,
you
look,
could
look,
always
can't
use
pull
an
up.
em.
Look,
You
can't
could use
pull
an
the keys
emulator.
on me.
I'm
You can't
pulling the
pull
keys on you, man. I
can't
can
pull-
see
hey,
that. I
hey,
can see that gameplay.
Hey, look, as Mr. Red Fox would say, emulator ain't authentic. I don't know about that. I gotta do it the right way. I don't want you to say I was cheating. You
Hey, I did it. I did it on
You got a
Wii U,
DVD
so
recorder? You got
You
a
have a what?
DVD recorder?
Nope,
A DVD recorder.
I don't have one.
you ain't got no
You
camera.
use your gaming PC, PC
Yeah.
Master Race.
You got a
Well,
phone. You
Then
got
I
a
have to
cell
use,
phone.
emulation.
You got a cell phone. You got a
Hold on,
smartphone.
wait. So you want me to use my one hand and then use the other one to record? What you?
Like you can use one hand before. Come on, man.
Wow.
I had to do it. You left it out there, but nah, for real. You can get to the the end and put that on a little little snippet.
Shoot the credits.
Nah, I really don't care. I'm just messing with you though.
What do you guys think of when it comes to YouTube? I don't want to bring this up because I did squash when it isn't like a bad topic. I'm not bringing it up. I just want to get other people's opinions on this. That's one reason I got Mr. T in here too tonight, and I wanted him to join a podcast too. Mr. T, you do some really good editing on your channel, like excellent, fantastic. What's your opinion when it comes to YouTube? What do you think it is more? Do you think it's more quality, or do you think it's more talent?
It's quality to a degree, but
Look at
I mean talent. I mean, talent ain't enough. You have to get lucky as well, and so, but you're asking what more is it?
No, like when I watch your
What
channel,
matters most?
what's gonna keep me there? Like what's gonna bring me in there first?
What matters most is what
News articles.
if the person is interesting. I think if the person is interesting, that matters more.
If the person,
Because I remember when I first watched YouTube.
Is BG interesting?
It was it was 240p. It was 240p, and people, the mics were horrible, the audio was bad, and people still would watch a lot of these guys.
like I said,
They liked what they had to say, so
when
and how they said it.
you were on YouTube at the time where like basically anybody could come over here and get a big following, like that's just how like at this point, especially in this side of the community, you you have to be ignorant. Let's be real. You gotta be the best ignorant motherfucker on this block. Then that's how you get
So you gotta be
dumb.
You can't.
You
gotta act stupid in order to get views.
But you gotta be believable. You can't be so stupid that people just think you're acting stupid. You gotta actually be stupid.
Yeah, you gotta look.
Mr. T would have like 100,000 subs if he started in the Wii generation.
Yeah, and I have 100,000 subs, but I still only have 2,000 views per video.
Oh, shots fired.
Those dudes would be gone.
If you gotta really pick a side. You gotta be. You gotta feed it to the general consistency of everything. You gotta agree with pretty much what everybody else agrees with. That helps a lot.
In other words, you guys are telling me that you have to the people are taking the people that agree with their opinions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get a lot of I get.
So it's not even about talent it's not even about talent or quality. It's just basically if they're preaching what you want to hear, they go to that.
It's spilling propaganda. Like, let's be real. What I talk about, who wants to hear what I gotta say? Like, who agrees with me? 95% of people don't hear that. So
how about this? Do you want to watch bullshit in HD, or do you want to watch bullshit with black bars at 480p?
Well, some people will watch that 480p video.
I have a question. Look, I'm not taking shots at this dude or anything because I like his content, but Zaire has a lot more subscribers than I do. He has about 8,000 to 9,000, and his videos, to my quality, I'm not dissing the guy or anything, but I think they're lower quality than mine. And he's got more subscribers than me.
Because
going by some people, with my quality, I should be higher than him.
Well, I tell you,
he got a lot of hate.
Zaire is one of the most entertaining people on this side of the community.
Well, that's my point. That's my point. If you're entertaining,
Zaire
people are gonna take you.
Zaire is doing two things. He's entertaining. He keeps people's name in his mouth, so people's always promoting him. And then on top of that, Zaire is also catering to the Xbox community.
Yeah. He also reads news articles.
He's reading.
Exactly.
Not only is he reading news articles, but like from what I'm to understand, he misleads people with the news articles too. Like that's a big thing on here. You got to mislead people with a news article.
You guys are missing the most obvious, the reading the news articles. Every video I've had that's had like 9,000 views, 10,000 views has been a news article.
And you have
he barely read it correctly.
Because a lot of gamers don't want to read themselves. They click on a video.
A lot of gamers can't read. A lot of gamers let's be real. Like you'll have a discussion. You'll have a discussion or debate with a gamer. You have a discussion or a debate with a gamer about anything, and then like half their shit, they were like, well, where did you get this information from? They're like, oh, this guy I watch on YouTube. Like, did you read it yourself? Because this motherfucker can't read his damn self.
You also have to stroke. You have to stroke their ego too. You gotta tell them that it's okay. This company isn't doing.
It's okay that you failed Leapfrog when you were 5. It's all right.
No, you gotta.
I remember Leapfrog, man. That was stuff, man. That was stuff back in the day, man.
You have to stroke. You have to say that their favorite company isn't doing any wrong. That they're doing okay.
So basically, in the crumb side, you just gotta people
pander.
That have channels gotta have an audience that basically will listen to their agree with them. Like basically, Xbox goes to Xbox, Sony goes to Sony,
and you gotta read gaming articles. Like
let's be real.
$1,000 to make my videos look as good as they look, and nobody don't care, man.
Well, that's my point. I'm not taking nothing away from Mr. T. I'm subscribed. I love this content, but he has some of the best editing here, I think, in my opinion, on you in the crumb side, and I think he's good all around.
I thought Mr. T was going to get like 40 or 50,000 subs, but
no, that's what I'm saying.
Unfortunately,
well, the reason I think Mr. T isn't is because Mr. T, like when he talks about stuff, he's not really, even though you could clearly tell he likes Nintendo, he's not sitting there like Nintendo's the greatest thing ever and everything else is shit, and he's not spilling out propaganda. I think that's what is holding you back, Mr. T.
And I actually go into detail about games. These guys say they like games, but they don't want to hear that.
Let me. That's another thing. No one likes detail.
They don't like details. They don't want details.
They don't like detail.
They don't like deep thought, or let's not say deep thought. Let's just say beyond 2 sentences of a thought. Like when you review a game, if you just say it was awesome for 45 minutes, you'll be straight.
Yeah,
most of detail, you'll be shit out of luck.
Most of these people read an article and they don't even think about reading between the lines. They just read the base article and say, "I have an opinion."
Most people read the title and then make a video.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
They comprehend from the title of the article instead of reading the actual article, then comprehending and interpreting to see what they're saying.
It's
That's
not
what
even
they do.
comprehension because they always miss the fucking point 99.9% of the time anyway.
Sometimes the title doesn't have anything to do with the article.
Exactly.
At all.
Exactly.
Like when you pick up a book and it says like the Cat in the Hat. It ain't just it's deeper than the cat.
Like, here's the thing though, even in the subtitle, they'll let you know. They'll say something outlandish in the title, and in the subtitle under it, it'll completely destroy the title. You ever notice that? Like, I'll see something like, something. Let's just say, I don't know, Fallout 4. Somebody played Fallout 4 and they died from playing the game. And
I think if Diaper Striker wants to grow his channel as a gaming channel, he should, I don't know, own a console or gaming platform.
It's everybody in this panel, right? What was the most interesting news, craziest interesting news you heard all week?
PlayStation 2 might get physical backwards compatibility.
Gaming news?
It could be anything. Anything, doesn't matter.
What's the most interesting thing that happened recently?
What we heard on YouTube so far.
Charlie Sheen has HIV.
That the PC has no exclusives.
Some topic that we're talking about.
Nah, man.
But
PC got
it's-
StarCraft, League of Legends. Those
I
are-
haven't. You know what's funny is all the game news I've heard is like I've actually gotten more outside of YouTube than actual YouTube because everybody wants to stick to the guidelines of N4G, IGN, GameSpot, all that stupid shit. For instance, Paladins. It's an online game by Hi-Res Studio that did Smite. It's coming to the Xbox One, but nobody really wants to know about that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard it.
That's too much information, man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Here's how I'm gonna make my videos. I'm gonna read the the title of the news article. Ooh, it sounds juicy. Let's make a video.
I'm gonna get my quote unquote impressions of that news.
Let's make a video, man. Let's make
Do it for a month and you'll have 10,000 subscribers.
Straight up.
See, like
You
Come on,
gotta be consistent too. You gotta be consistently like basically putting out bullshit like all the time. That helps too. Like if you're
when you do this,
And I promise you, I'm not salty that I spend 2 and 3 hours making a video and only get 200 and 300 views. I'm not mad.
Brimstone, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, Laval, when you start this, please don't be like BG. Actually eat. We worry.
Oh, I do eat. I beat my breakfast. I eat my lunch. I eat my dinner. I don't stay. I mean, that guy is skinny. He is one skinny. I mean,
He doesn't have time to eat with his glamorous YouTube star lifestyle.
I watch BG just for like when he plays a game because he's pretty good when he plays. Like that's pretty much it. That's anything else.
I mean, how much
I like
money
his
does
podcast. I think his podcast's all right to listen to. I mean, it's
Hey, it must be good. They had Ms. T on last week. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't understand his podcast. They speak in some odd language.
Oh, why is it actually English or is it Ebonics?
Oh man, yeah.
It's like, yo, you understand what I'm saying?
Yo, it's that Ebonics, bro. Come on, bro. It's hood education. Ghetto education.
What's a bruh?
That's a bro.
What is a bruh?
But you know what another problem is in this community, man?
It's an abbreviation for an abbreviation.
You come into this community, you don't get no love. You know what I'm saying? These other dudes want to destroy you before you start. I made my first video. I had people just eating me up in my comment section. I wasn't popping at nobody. I wasn't going after nobody. None of that. I was just talking Nintendo. I had these people eat me up in the comment section, man. What's up with that? They didn't congratulate me. They were hating me. You know, so they didn't say, "Welcome to YouTube, bro." What can I do to help you out, bro? Welcome to YouTube. There wasn't none of that. There's people trying to destroy my channel before it even started, man.
They're not very welcoming.
I'm telling you.
Is there gonna be a Mr. T behind bar series coming up?
My life was in danger. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's that that black man mentality. It's crabs in a barrel, man. They don't want to try to bring each other up. They don't try to bring each other down, man. You know.
Somebody must have been whooping the shit out of that dude for him to grab some balls. Straight whooping his ass.
That analogy is so funny because like when you really think about it though, like that's a real like when people say, oh, black people like crabs in a bucket, they trying to pull each other down, but at the same time, crabs aren't supposed to be in buckets.
Yeah.
So what the
That's some irony, huh? That's some irony.
A crab is never supposed to be stuck in a bucket with a bunch of other crabs.
You trying to get all philosophizing and all that stuff. You trying to put all these big words at us.
You're trying to use some English. You're trying to.
No, you need to do a thesaurus before coming to one of these cats.
I know you're joking, but anybody that thought crab and bucket was some big words, you guys
never know.
Those are some small words, bro. Spelling test.
But I think there is some truth to that. Like,
remember them spelling tests you had to take?
I don't see Proto Mario and
Hey, Proto Mario about that drama, man.
Angry Joe fighting each other,
But let's be real though, Proto Mario. I've seen him like do a bunch of recent videos where he's like, no more drama, and it is weird because it's like he is kind of dipping into that, but I think he should stop.
But people like.
I was just trying to make a point, But you don't see these dudes going at each other like he do in this.
Angry Joe be going at people on Twitter. He just don't put it on his channel.
Yeah,
people like drama.
Drama sells like sex does. Period.
Yeah, that's what I don't get about this community, right? Like a lot of guys be like, they'll try to offend you using like feminine terminology. Oh, basically trying to make you look soft or whatever. But one of the things they
like RXL does every now and then.
with with femininity is drama and gossiping and all that, and all these dudes do that. Like
I don't do that anymore because Caitlyn Jenner is stunning and brave.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of misogyny.
Hey, what is that considered if you're to sexually harass Caitlyn Jenner? Is that still considered like misogyny or?
She's not Caitlyn Jenner. It's not Caitlyn Jenner.
It's crazy.
Did you say Caitlyn Jenner or Caitlyn Gender?
Caitlyn Jenner.
I forgot his real name, but I
Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner.
You gonna always be Bruce to me, man.
Yep. Screw that. I'm never gonna call.
What do you guys? I know this is a little off topic, but it's to do with transgenders. What do you think about them in the UFC?
I thought they were all
What was the question?
Do you think that they should be able to fight other women?
Hold on, wait,
Dave, come on, man.
Dave. Listen to what I'm saying, right? Are you trying to tell me they're transgenders in the UFC?
There is one transgender, yeah.
And is this person born? What sex was this person?
Man? No, it's a male that is now a female.
Okay, then he should be fighting men because the only reason I say that is because I would love a world where we can have a male and a female boxer go out because you never know, these women might knock these dudes out. But we'll never see it in this thing. Like,
I was just thinking, there's gonna be a lot of dudes going to get snipped just so they can beat up on women, dude.
Yeah, women don't produce testosterone. That is not fair.
Like, wait. I wouldn't say it isn't fair because, like I said, like it's some women out here that can kick some ass and they can whoop a dude's ass like it ain't no tomorrow. So,
but she's the exception, not the rule, and that's not.
And then you see them on TMZ getting abused by their boyfriend.
Hold on, let's be real, right? Has there been this big gigantic study to say that's the exception, not the rule? Like, there a big study to say that women?
The study is you don't see it. That's the study.
Yeah. No, that's not, so we don't know, right? So it could go either way.
RSL, what would you do if that was a man that transgender that went and turned his boyfriend in for?
I'm not trying to bring like race into it, but let's be real. I've seen a lot of black women beat shit out of black men.
Mm-hmm.
On all the time. Now, yeah, I know some of them dudes ain't trying to hit them back, but I've seen some dudes get fucked up. No?
That's until I punch them in the mouth and they lay on the ground crying, and then I'm wondering what happened to that tough girl that was standing up here a minute ago.
Because they don't get hit. They know they won't get hit, and that's why they doing that to do. Like, come on, man.
But I'm just saying, like, if a transgender is in the UFC, right, or whatever, MMA or whatever, and if that person was born a male, right, I think they should fight. But it is tricky because I think if you get a complete sex change, then if you were born a man or born a woman, but you had a complete sex change to become a man,
chemically you ain't producing like you were supposed to be producing.
But come on, man. There's guys out there.
That woman that changed into a man, if she had the complete sex change, she goes to a male prison.
Yeah, but do you think they should go to a transgender should be able to go into a female bathroom?
No.
No,
they should go to.
No.
A toilet is wait a second. So they should have a male, a female, and a transgender bathroom?
Yeah.
No.
What is it? What is this? A South Park episode we talking about?
No, hey, this is real life, man.
Look. This is what should happen, right? They should go into whatever bathroom I think that like they were. Whatever sex they were born as, they should go into that bathroom.
Yeah, because the actual women who were born women, may not be comfortable with a dude snipped, walking in their bathroom. Like, that's not fair to them.
That's because they're dick.
I look at it like this.
Just look, yeah, right.
Even if that guy has no sexual feelings towards a woman, he is a woman in his brain and everything. It's still not fair to that actual.
But that doesn't mean that that transgender person doesn't mean like when you're transgender. What I don't understand, that doesn't even mean that you like the opposite. I mean, you may
there's
like
so many
opposite sex.
Exactly. There's so many different little categories in there, man. That's why. gonna make a bathroom for all those categories? Like, come on.
It's just like, you know, like, is there going to be like a bathroom sign with like a woman with a plaid shirt on or some shit?
A man in a dress, old man in a dress.
It's gonna be real. It's gonna be real complicated. I just say like go to the bathroom. Like I would say go to the bathroom you're most comfortable in, but at the same time, I mean, a straight dude that ain't have no change may feel comfortable going to the women's bathroom.
Hey, you know what? You know what? They should do it like they did black folks. You have to wait 400 years before you can get a bathroom. There you go.
Hey,
400 years, you can have all the bathrooms you want. Right now.
Wait. There's something. Black people had their own bathroom. It was more likely fucked up, but they had their own bathroom. So technically, they'll be getting their own shit.
That's what I'm saying. You got to wait.
So they'll
get a while.
So they'll get their own water too. Old school.
But here's the thing.
That bathroom was messed up though. That bathroom was jacked up.
I have a dream that
Yeah, I have a dream.
So I hate to inform everyone, but Adam doesn't exist yet. So you know, even no matter how much cutting and snipping you're doing, you're not. You still have the female or male brain. And you're still producing the male and female.
No, you're still a male.
Look, I will always say this, right? Because I can't really, I try not to judge others. I'm not that person, and I can't feel how they feel, so I'm not gonna pretend like I understand completely.
Not at all.
But I know when I was a kid, I wanted to be Batman. So if there was some type of,
this dude in Batman.
All right.
I wanted to be Batman when I was a kid. But when I got older, I realized that Batman is not real, you know. But in this particular instance, if you felt you were supposed to be born the opposite sex, you could do something about that.
They should make a bathroom for people who want to be Batman.
I can't be Batman. I mean, I could, but then I'd probably like kill myself or something.
So here's the thing.
What if you guys had a kid that was like that?
Like, what do you mean?
What if you had a child that was transgender?
Would you deal with it? I guess.
What would you do with it? That's the thing.
That's the only thing you could do is deal with it, or back in the day, for some reason, they used to send people to Chicago. I don't know what that means, but I heard a lot of I heard a lot of old people say. I've heard that so many times. They're like, yeah, if it was somebody in the family that was a little off, we sent them to Chicago. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like,
nobody would tell you what that meant. But they just tell you.
I mean, if that's how you feel, then
Chicago, like, you mean shotgun in the back? Like, what you talking about?
So
I'll tell you what I won't do if I have a child like that. I won't disown him.
So here's a question. Okay, there's a very rare condition called chimera. All right, this is where you're born. Or you could call it, asexual. You're born with both male and female parts.
That's an hermaphrodite.
That's a hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
I thought asexual meant
but here's the thing. I didn't mean to say asexual, my bad. But here's the thing, though. They can't live their whole lives like that. They actually have to come out to a certain point where they have to choose one or the other, and if they get the one part removed, their body will actually convert to that other side, and that's why they call it a chimera effect. So my question to you, should that be allowed?
Well, I mean, at the same time, like if you follow like hip hop and R&B, like I think Sierra, who's a singer, was a hermaphrodite. So
I'm just saying there is a good chance you could have a gay son or a transgender son.
But that's a little.
I'm not saying you are going.
That's a little extreme.
Like the hermaphrodite.
The
hermaphrodite is a little different because that's an actual there's a difference between there's actually people who have medical they've got medical research done on them to find out that yes they probably have the physical body of a man, but they have a lot of estrogen.
Hey,
they feel like a woman.
You know a celebrity who is an hermaphrodite? Who I bet you never guess.
Who?
Prince.
She was in a Halloween movie. She was in the movie Halloween.
No, that's not true. That was a rumor for a long time.
Jamie Lee Curtis isn't a hermaphrodite.
No, that was just a bad rumor that.
Like I said, Sierra, I think they came.
I believed it for a while too, but
they said that she was a hermaphrodite. But at the same time, like, and normally if a person's a hermaphrodite, right? If they're born with the same both sexes, they still normally have the physical features of one or the other. So like, you may be a dude with a vagina and a penis, but at the same time, you may look like a dude. So they may just go with that because they look like one.
Yeah.
Or they look like a woman. They just go with the
Would you guys disown your son or A daughter, say a daughter wanted to be a man.
I would question her. I would question her. I mean, why do it at that moment? Yeah. But if she's grown, then I'm not. I'm just gonna let her.
I'm not a saint. Like when you have a son or a daughter, you automatically have certain things that you expect to have grandkids, and you expect them to play these sports or whatever boys do and what girls do, and so that will break down. You have to figure out how to deal with that and not having the stuff that you expected to have.
Yeah,
some people can't do that. Some people just completely shut down.
I mean, like there are people like I don't know disowning, like it had to be some extreme events to disown. Like even that I can't really disown you because
there's people that disown.
It happens. Even if you disown them, they're still your child no matter what you say. They're your kid. It's just like someone being related to you. Even if you disown them, they're related to you no matter what you do.
Yeah, but they could tell you out the house.
I'm done with you. Out of here.
I mean, hey, look. At the end of the day, they're still their kid. Like you know what I'm saying?
But you got some piece of shit parents that would give a child up and wouldn't even give a fuck. They would, blood relate. Like in paper, it is your kid. They wouldn't act like your kid.
I mean, but at the same time,
what does that mean?
Some people at the same time don't get like some people like I hear people say like it's fucked up when a parent gives their kid away. I think it's a little bit more fucked up that you would kill your kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's me. But you can't really judge.
They can take care of it. Like, okay, I know a lot of dysfunctional mothers.
That's what I'm saying. We should have more conversations about this.
No, I'm just saying I know a lot of dysfunctional mothers that don't need their children, and I would agree with them if they did give their kid up to the system. Somebody could take care of them.
Yeah, there are some.
I can tell you guys some crazy stories I've seen.
Well, that person probably don't need children because they ain't really straight all together themselves.
Yeah, but you know why these girls are having kids? Because they're all fucked up on drugs, out having sex all the time, getting pregnant. Those are the people that have too many damn kids because we're living off the government.
This is the Maury Povich, Dr. Phil.
Well, it's good to talk about something else.
All right, Mr. T,
there ain't no life outside.
Mr. T, you're the ambassador.
Hold on. I'm almost scared to bring up some topics like this. I didn't know if you guys act weird.
Oh, I have no problem with that.
I have no problem.
Really different from what
and that's good though. I'm happy you're talking about other stuff.
That's the thing I don't understand. Like people don't like talking about other shit because they're quick to judge and they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to what someone said in the first place.
Well, that's the thing though. The problem with these kind of discussions, you start digging into like political, and you start digging into religious aspects.
Yeah.
And people get really upset about that stuff. That's why I'm really like, whoa, let's. Some people, religion is politics, and politics is religion.
I don't know where God is.
Let me say this real quick, Mr. T. You're the ambassador of Nintendo. I just told you earlier today that people were getting mad at me because I asked about cloud. So like that's gaming. That's
different.
But no. Why? No, I'm saying that's the most irrelevant.
Yeah, but it's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like even with games, people take that shit like, like I just questioned their belief system or something. And to some people, gaming is really that deep to them, to that point where you gotta like what they like. If you don't like what they like, it's like almost like you just disgrace their religious beliefs or political beliefs or whatever. Like it's so. I really don't.
But the difference is, I think in this particular podcast, we all come from different gaming backgrounds, and we have different, tastes in gaming and all that. We already know that coming in. We don't know what this person's religion is or that person's politics is, and that's when you can get into trouble.
You can't get no.
Well, what I'm saying is the only reason why you know that is because we've shared it. Until you share it, you won't know what.
Here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. That's what makes gaming great, is because it's victimless. It doesn't have a label, and it doesn't have a name, and it hasn't had an organization to follow unless you're a fanboy. So when you look at each other as gamers, you're not looking at each other as a Christian or a Mormon or a Jew. You're looking at each other as, bro, I kicked your ass at Call of Duty. That's what makes gaming great. Now, unfortunately, we have certain idiots in this community that want to put a label or an organization on it just so it could carry the same value.
People will not hang out with each other if, say, like, there's certain people. It's like I don't really play the Xbox that much. Well, you can't hang out with me. That's how it gets around here.
Yeah, it's fucking
It's really
retarded.
dumb.
I don't get that at all. man.
Like I've heard people say I don't watch certain channels because we don't agree, and it's like, okay, that's fine, you can do what you want to do, but at the same time, it's like basically what I hear when people say that is, oh, you're not spitting the propaganda I want. It's not even like someone's like talking shit about you or doing something mean to you. It's like, oh, I don't like what they think about a game, so fuck them. Like, it's just really stupid sometimes. But you know, that's no different than someone talk about something more important, as I would say, like religion or whatever, or something like that. So that's why I say it ain't really no different. You could say I don't like Xbox, and
I think it's different because this stuff actually affects real life. You know.
But that's what I'm saying. Some people, this gaming shit is like, it really is. Some people,
it goes a little too far. Like, I think I notice on my streams, when I stream games, I talk about anything. I don't always just go on about games. And I notice when I bring other conversations, you have some people of my subscribers that just has to stick to gaming. It can't be outside gaming. It's like there's no life outside of gaming when you're talking to them.
Well,
and other
I don't
guys
understand
don't talk about anything.
I don't understand it on a live stream because you're already watching the game. Like, what do you want me to do? Give you a play-by-play?
Some people want strictly gaming. That's all they ever want to hear, and there's more to life than gaming.
But here's the thing. For most of this generation, we've had the most controversial, we've had the most hatred, we've had the most dividends when it comes to race and community. We've also had way more religious extremists. No, more religious extremists than we've ever had in any generation. Okay, this is what's outside of gaming. It's a lot of hate and it's a lot of problems. You look at Fox News; they fabricate a lot of shit. CBS, they do the same shit. CNN, they do the same shit. Yeah, hold on.
Fox News be telling the truth, son.
I'm just saying, outside of gaming, there's a lot of bullshit, and there's a lot of things that people don't want to even fucking look at because some of this shit is so atrocious that they themselves start questioning their own ethics. That's how bad it gets.
And a lot of stuff that's outside of gaming actually ties into gaming, like you were just saying Fox News or whatever. People get on like video game, journalism or whatever. Journalism as a whole is atrocious. It's not just video game journalism, folks. Like all journalism is.
You don't think it's to do with some of these dudes being sheltered, though?
Of course.
It has everything to do being sheltered. Every religious faction is founded on arrogance and ignorance.
Yeah, total ignorance.
Hey, Brim, I'm gonna have to disagree with that because you just offended me. So, I agree with Brim because when you don't experience other shit, you're not gonna know. I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't know if Brim cares if I bring it out or not, but Brim believes something that I don't believe in. I don't give a fuck. Brim's cool. Brim's an alchemist. I'm not an alchemist. I don't practice alchemy. I don't do any of that. That's Brim. Brim's over there doing that crazy shit.
Right.
But me and Brim are cool, so it's like it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, what he does is not what I do. But some things we disagree on, some things we do agree. Some things I don't even disagree with what he believes in. I don't believe in the same thing as him, and that's all it is. But some people, you gotta believe, like fucking Parappa the Rapper. You just gotta believe in the same shit I believe in, or I'm gonna have a problem with you. It's really
what are you gonna learn from a circle jerk? You ain't gonna learn.
Exactly.
Hold on, now time out.
With these disbeliefs and beliefs, when it comes to especially religious and political views, if you ever noticed what a full-on Republican family looks like, a full-on Democratic, liberal, or conservative, or even religious factions, if you ever noticed, the one thing they preach in all of their circles, it is that everything outside of their bubble is flawed. And that right there, being birthed into this situation, brings about hate. And that is where all of our problems come from, is that inline trained belief structure that's already pre-built into a fetus before it's even born. That's how this is.
I don't get it, dude. Cause I'm liberal. I vote mostly Democratic, but my father-in-law is a staunch Republican. We sit down, we break bread, we cool. We have a great time. So,
that's because you guys are versatile. You guys have got all these different beliefs, and that's a great thing. That should be more about almost everybody.
That's the way it should be. But,
and that's also because he's secretly stealing your amiibos when you're not looking.
I appreciate everybody watching. We talked a little bit about everything tonight. That's cool, and I want to keep doing stuff like this. I want to bring other conversations. I'm always going to talk about gaming, but just like this week, there's not much of gaming to talk about. It's like I have to repeat certain topics. Like, I brought up the Star Wars thing. It's been beaten with a dead horse, but I did want to bring it up because I see like reviews going on about this fucking season pass over and over again. But just like weeks like this, I like to bring other stuff into it, and I like to get other. It's not that we're trying to offend anybody or anything, you know. I thought it was a fun conversation, you know, the whole transgender.
Hold on, it's one thing I want to bring up though. Like, I think it may be Mooch or somebody. Like, some people get offended that it's somebody in the Xbox community saying like other countries don't matter with their sales or something. I don't watch these people, so I don't know everything to the extent they're saying. But if that bothers you, that person doesn't care about another country they don't live in, as in the sales, well, then they don't care. I don't see the big deal with it. I mean, unless he's saying something other than that, unless he's doing something other than that part right there that I'm not aware of, I don't see why that's a big deal.
And you know what's crazy, though? We were talking about gaming. The minute we start talking about this stuff, the views go right up. You know, because I'm just being honest, guys. Gaming at times, when there's just the same shit going on all the time, I love gaming. I'm not going to say, you know, I always love gaming, but sometimes it gets boring talking about the same old shit over and over again.
Let's talk about
mix it up. I've been wanting to do stuff. That's why I started the TV shows and movies podcast. I like doing that stuff. It's something different. But I always like to do gaming too. I can sit in a store at GameStop and talk to somebody about games for 10 hours if I wanted to. It wouldn't bother me. I love talking about gaming, but at times I like to talk about other stuff too. I appreciate Brimstone joining as always.
Definitely, man. Thank you for having me. I'll have plenty of time now that I deleted my channel. Yeah, buddy.
Thank you for joining. King Pachi, as always, thank you for joining.
No problem. PC has no exclusives, and Fallout 4 is a 6 out of 10.
Thank you for joining as always. Levon Kason, thank you for joining as always.
Dave, thank you.
I appreciate it. Anytime, buddy. Thank you, Mr. T, for joining as always.
Yeah, folks. Thank you for having me on as always. Always have fun, so I'll be back.
Mr. T hates transgenders now.
Oh man, why you do that? Why you do that?
Come on, bro.
Hold on, Mr. T, you hate Birdo?
I love Birdo.
One thing about the whole transgender thing I did think was funny with when this whole thing did blow up, I noticed all the gay shit just went to the side. Like, gay people now are accepted, and transgenders are the focus. Like, they took the focus right off of gay people.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, I agree. And that's a shitty thing too. That's a really shitty thing, but
like,
people so long to get heard.
I want people to listen to what I'm saying and don't take it offensively. It's no difference between AIDS and cancer.
Oh, that's another thing I would say.
Like, there's kind of some differences there.
Well, no. It's almost like to some people, AIDS doesn't fucking exist. It's like about cancer. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, people kind of forget AIDS is still happening, people.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not trying to make the podcast go on any longer, but Charlie Sheen just got HIV. Get it for 3 years.
I think he's going to spark it back up. But I'm just saying, like, some people are just, it's like almost AIDS just went under the radar like it don't fucking exist.
On a side note, Mr. T likes to take his Wii U power cord, choke himself out before masturbation.
Well, but seriously though, AIDS has a lot better treatments than cancer does.
No, all of it, most of it. I think, in my opinion, they could cure cancer. Look at Sharon Osbourne. She had one of the worst cancers you can get, and it's gone.
Look, man. Look, Kanye West said it. You can live through anything if magic made it.
Yeah. Well, they have one thing like Mr. T. The thing Mr. T said though, it's money. Money. If you have money, you can cure stuff. Like AIDS can be not AIDS, HIV.
Magic Johnson's still walking around.
That's what I'm saying. If you can live through anything, if magic made it there.
No, but he has HIV. You don't have AIDS. If he got AIDS, he'd be dead. That just takes a matter of time. Now, he had AIDS. It was, you know,
man, he had some other shit. He had super AIDS. Or something.
People were dying with HIV back in the day too. Man.
I think, like, didn't Eazy die in like a real short period of time? Like, he's probably like the fastest dying AIDS victim.
He found out at the last minute, and when he got it, they didn't really know much about it.
Oh.
Yeah,
he got it at the same time Magic got it.
Huh?
Oh, for real?
He got it at the same time Magic got it. He actually got it after Magic.
No, they didn't even know what
it. You got it from Magic?
Yeah, but
no,
they didn't.
Man.
No.
I said he got it around the same time Magic Johnson got it. He got it. He got it after Magic Johnson had got it. A couple
Well, I
of
guess
years.
Magic Johnson has a lot more money than he did because he's
I
still walking
mean,
around.
I never got. I mean, my thoughts on God is I treat God like a fairy tale. I don't know if God's real.
Oh no
I
no
never
no! No! What?
What does that have to do with that?
It's time to sign out this thing, man.
Oh no! Here we go.
No, but like nowadays though, a lot of this stuff, like hepatitis C, that was that was killing people. Now they have a cure for it.
Like people forget about like the Black Plague. That shit is still going around. Like that's like knocking people
We
down.
ain't cured nothing since polio, so we got some work to do.
Hey yo, as the ambassador of Nintendo, because we're trying to end this up, right? You know,
back to me.
Levon just brought up a topic. Did Miyamoto, not Miyamoto, did Iwata, go to the heaven in the sky?
Oh damn.
Oh man.
Oh.
No, he went to Bowser's
but-
Castle. Hello.
With the Bowser's Castle?
Thanos,
Isn't that hell?
Thanos, thank you for joining as always. You there, Thanos? Hey, Thanos. No. Oh no, he might have took a break. Until next time, guys, I appreciate it. Oh, there's Thanos.
But yeah.
Oh, okay, well, we'll be on next week. Thank you guys for watching.
But yeah.